Okay. All right. There we go. Not sure what the hell was happening there, but oh boy. Man. What's up, guys? How we doing? Man, that was it's funny. Clutch third down stop helps fuel Lions' first playoff win in 32 years. And they show Puka Nacua getting interfered with. I mean, hey, got to give ESPN a lot of credit. That's pretty much how I would have wrapped it up. Now, I'm going to try as best as possible not to sound like salty, but I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. That was some of the worst officiating I think I've ever seen in the second half of a playoff game. I told you guys, Wrolstad, right? Did I not tell you? Did I not make a video? Wrolstad 3-7. Well, now they're 3-7. The Rams are 3-7 when Wrolstad. But look, here's the thing. Okay, this is what I'm going to say right now because I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to say my piece, but I'm going to say it respectfully. I'm not going to start cussing and making No. Stay composed. I just did a live stream over on Bleacher Report. I'm going to stay composed right now. Okay. Here's what I watched. I watched a team that, look, I think the Rams were the better team. I think they played better. I think they got off to a rough start. I think they responded well. I think that when you look at Wrolstad, I think he called a really good game in the first half. And then the second half, they let the Lions do whatever the hell they wanted. And unfortunately, the Rams, who held the Lions to 3 points the entire second half, they were, negatively impacted by that. Look, it's okay to talk about the officiating. I mean, find me a playoff game that's ended in controversy that people didn't talk about. I mean, Stafford, you could have charged the Lions for manslaughter with the way they hit Stafford on that play. And not one flag was thrown. And, they want to say, oh, well, we protect, it's about player safety. No, it's not. If it was about player safety, then Stafford would have gotten a flag the moment he got hit. He got pinballed like, he was, the guy's head got pinballed. Also, let's be honest here. If they were about player safety, they would stop talking about the hip drop because the hip drop doesn't always happen. The hip drop tackle doesn't need to be taken out. What needs to be taken out is a direct flight, okay? Like a Superman punch with your helmet to a player's kneecap. That's what needs to be taken out. Take that the hell out of the game because that's garbage. So now Tyler Higbee, who plays in a postseason game in 2024 in January, he's not even going to be ready for the next year. I mean, that looked like, I don't even know. I don't want to speculate. That could be a torn ACL. I don't know what you want to say, but that hit on Higbee was disgusting. It's just garbage, man. Just absolute garbage. And I mean, it's not the only thing that's garbage. That officiating was garbage. The second half, I want to get this off my chest as well. It's not blaming the officials. It's not, scapegoating. It's not making excuses. It was a 1-point game, not even a 1-score game. 1-point game. If they call a penalty, even if they don't, let's say they don't, okay, because they didn't. But let's just say they throw a penalty flag on the pass interference, the blatant pass interference that everyone's talking about on Nacua, which, by the way, that was like a handful because that's all the secondary does. If they didn't hold, Mr. 367-yard Matthew Stafford would have had over 500 yards. And this game wouldn't have been close because the secondary has no chance of playing anybody good. If they have to go on the road, this team is not winning. Simple. The 49ers would absolutely destroy this team. Okay, but anyway. That's not the point. The point I'm making here is that even if they don't call that pass interference, that was clearly pass interference on Puka Nacua. Okay? Clear as day. There was also one where, Demarcus Robinson got tackled by two guys when the ball was going his way. And they said it was like going after I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. They started changing the rules in the second half. But this is what I'm going to say. If they don't call that, fine. But guess what? The next play, the Rams run, they throw, to the flat. They throw a screen to Ronnie Rivers. He gets negative yards, right? They're going for it on what? 4th and 5 at that point? But instead, they didn't give they didn't call the penalty. They didn't call any penalties really on them in the second half. But they throw that holding call on Rob Havenstein, which in turn, yes, the Rams now have a third down, but now they're backed up. So that pissed me off. So look, totally understand if you don't want to call, whatever. And I get, like, Lions fans have no reason to be upset or anything. They have no reason to look. Lions fans can celebrate. I have no issue with that. But I think if you have an issue with Rams fans having an issue with the way this is officiated in the second half, then I just think that you're being biased, because it was bad. I mean, it was really bad, guys. They let the Lions tee off on Stafford's head. There was also a helmet-to-helmet that knocked Nakua out of the game for a little bit. The guy who had 181 yards against his defense. There was a helmet-to-helmet, or not helmet-to-helmet, forearm-to-helmet on Kyron Williams that knocked him out of the game, was in the blue tent. I mean, there were times where I felt like they were, purposely targeting the head. I mean, I had people asking me, Bountygate? And I was like, I wouldn't go that far. But it felt a little ridiculous. Yeah, Brian Branch is holding all night. You're absolutely right. And Cam Sutton, just burned, left and right. Absolutely holding. My issue here is that the idea that we have to keep our mouth shut because our team lost, and now it's, you're being lame. You're being a loser, sore loser. It's not a sore loser. They went on the road. They outplayed the Lions. They had a horrible start, by the way. The Rams are down 14-3 in the first quarter. They score 14 points in the second. Lions, yes, they answer, whatever. The Rams outplayed them. Well, they shouldn't be settling for field goals. Why the hell do you think they're settling for field goals? A hold here and a hold here. Why do you think jerseys were ripping? They were re-sewing the Rams jerseys. Did you notice that? I mean, that stuff pisses me off, man. And what really bothers me is that Matthew Stafford absolutely dominated this secondary. This secondary had no answer. They just cheated. And essentially the officials were like, yeah, that's fine. We're not going to call hold in the second half. It's all good. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's frustrating. It really is. And I'm just going to be 100% with you guys. I'm not going to try and, the fact of the matter is this. I think the Rams, we should feel really good about the way they played. I think they deserve to win the football game. I understand you want to say, oh yeah. Okay, Alana. Whatever you say, Alana. Aren't you a 49er fan? Okay. Here's my deal. I have an issue with the fact that there was actually good officiating in the first half. And the second half just looked like it was part of a... Who do you like, Alana? I was under the impression you were a 49er fan. Apologize if you're actually a Rams fan, but I've never gotten that vibe based on your comments. Anyway, my point. I just want it to be consistent, okay? Just want it to be consistent. I mean, that's all I ask. And by the way, if it was consistent, guess what? This is a consistently called game. The Rams win it. They lost by 1 point despite the fact they let this team tee off on Matthew Stafford like he was literally a golf ball. His head was a golf ball. I mean, Puka Nakua, There's a reason why there were a bunch of guys in the Rams blue tent and not in the Lions. And then, my co-host is getting berated in her mentions. I mean, there are Lions fans that follow me on here, subscribe to me on here, that I am a huge fan of. Like, you guys are great. You guys support me. I'm happy for you, genuinely. Like, I'm happy for AJ. He came on my show, the Clock It guy that everyone calls him. AJ and I are friends. I'm happy for him. Truly. I'm happy for nice people. But if you're one of the a-holes that's in, Alexis's mentions or DMing her death threats or, just commenting on any Rams post and just being an asshole, then look, I hope you lose. I'm rooting against your happiness. That's how I feel. So that's how I feel currently. There are Lions fans that deserve this, they deserve the feeling of winning a playoff game, and they absolutely deserve to feel happy about this, and they deserve to be, not ripped, and I'm not ripping them. But it kind of goes back to what I was saying, right? I mean, I literally had, I quite literally had a video about how people were ripping Matthew Stafford. Like that, now revisionist history, Man, all I was thinking is just imagine what the Lions would be if they had this Matthew Stafford with what they have. Think about it. Because that is the best quarterback in the playoffs. The way he played tonight with not much of a run game because Kyron Williams got injured. I mean, Matthew Stafford, there's not a quarterback in the world I would take over Matthew Stafford. I don't care if Patrick Mahomes is better, okay? Don't care if Lamar Jackson is faster. That dude is the toughest SOB in the league. I mean, if you ever doubted it, you're not doubting it after tonight. I can tell you that much. Guys, be sure to get the likes up. We're at 166. We got 1,100 people in here, which is freaking awesome. So be sure to get those likes up. I will be bringing people on to call in. I also don't know how long I want to go because I'm pumped, but the Rams lost. It's going to hit me. I'm going to be depressed. So I can't guarantee I'm going to be going on forever, and I can't guarantee everyone that wants to call in is going to get to call in. But we'll have plenty of live streams throughout the offseason, so don't worry about that. I think I have one scheduled tomorrow. I'll have to look at my calendar. I can do it right now. I have, 12:30 on Bleacher Report. So, yeah, I have a live stream tomorrow. Cool. I don't know what we'll talk about, but it's scheduled. Plenty of podcasts, still plenty of content. Draft season, folks. Sad. I mean, I would have liked to get ready for, a Rams-Bucks or Rams-Eagles matchup, and I feel like they were deserving of that. But, Lions Mania, I think a lot of Rams fans do. I unfortunately don't have a soft spot for Goff. I don't hate him. But I'm not I don't dislike him. I don't really like him though. It's weird because I appreciate what he did with the Rams, but he wasn't here that long. And with Stafford, he was with the Lions for 12 years. He's the best quarterback in Lions history. Goff is not even close. He's not better than Warner, not better than Norm Van Brocklin, not better than Stafford, not better than Bob Waterfield, not better than Jim Everett, potentially not better than Mark Bulger. I mean, that's how I feel. Again, not everyone has to feel that way. But tonight really shows you exactly why the Rams moved on. Because the Rams being in the situation they were in, if Jared Goff had to throw in that situation, he's folding like the lawn chair he did on the other side. There's a reason why the Lions went from this unstoppable offense that looked like the next best thing in the first half, to then the second half, they scored 3 points. Jared Goff, when he's pressured, folds every time. It doesn't matter who is rushing after him. He flops. And that is what happened. And it is why the Rams were able to take over this game, and they should have won this game. The momentum was building on their side. And again, I stand by it, man. I stand by it. I really have an issue with the officiating. But again, I'm not taking it out on Lions fans. It's not their problem. They won the game. I will say, I've literally said multiple times, Wrolstad has something against the Rams. He screwed the Rams last year. Everyone made it about the Lions, and I get it. They lost the playoffs because of Wrolstad. But the Rams have been screwed 3 straight times since Wrolstad refereed their games. The Seahawks game was a rig job. Everyone said it. Everyone talked about it. They got absolutely screwed. Wrolstad, by the way, is from Seattle. The game against the Steelers, they stopped them a yard short, and they literally spotted the ball 2 yards forward to get the first down. And then this game, just swallowing the whistle and allowing them to hold all game. And Goff did not beat the Rams, man. Goff did not beat the Rams. The Lions beat the Rams. I'm not going to say the refs beat the Rams. I'm not going that far. I think the officiating was bad, and I have issues with it. I'll never say the refs beat a team. That sounds ridiculous. I'm not going to be, refs beat the Rams. That's not what I'm saying. Wrolstad is a ref. Yeah, Lions Mania. What I'm saying, though, is that I think he let a bunch of things go where if you don't call that, they're going to continue to hold. I watched this team on tape, and their secondary knows they're bad, and they're going to hold all game long. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's hard. I want to give credit. I really do. And I'm happy for the Lions fans that are deserving of it and that have supported me and, rooted for the Rams in the Super Bowl and are genuinely nice people. But I don't feel like the Lions deserve to beat the Rams the way they finished out this game. I just don't. 14 for 57, David Montgomery. They abandoned the run. It looked like they were running all over him. The Rams really stopped them. They held him to 3.2 yards per carry. Jared Goff, 22 of 27, 277 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, that's great and all. All of that was pretty much in the first half. And I think that's the thing that just bugs me is that I just don't think the Lions played well enough in the second half to win and to lose by 1 point and then have those officials do what they did, allowing what they did. Everyone saw it. People are talking about it on Twitter. That is what bothers me. Okay? Again, I'm not trying to be a sore loser. And I have, again, immense respect for the Lions fans that have supported me. Like Lions Mania, people like that, I'm happy for. AJ, people like that, I'm happy for. But, it just, to lose to a team that you really dominated in their home when it was like their Super Bowl, you dominated them in the second half. And it's just, it's frustrating, man. They had no answer for Puka Nacua. He was averaging 20 yards per reception. The rookie, 5th round pick. 181 yards on 9 receptions for a touchdown. He had a 50-yarder. They had no answer. Man. I got to go over the, let's see. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to read these now because I'll forget. Hit the like button for the algorithm. Appreciate you, Gammon Brown. Thank you for the 2, my friend. Marvin, thank you for the 5. You warned us about these refs. I know. I'm sorry, man. Thank you for the 5, Marvin. Hilltop, thank you for the 5. We need to do better in the red zone, period. 9 points and 3 possessions inside the 15 is terrible. I will agree with that. And at the same time, I still feel like at the end of the game, the officiating didn't allow them to truly try and go down the field and change that in the red zone because they're driving down the field and they're just going to hold Puka Nacua because they can't stop him any other way. That's why I'm bitter. That still bugs me. I still have an issue with that when it comes to Nacua. Anyway, Matthew, thank you so much for the 20. Gotta hit the hey, dude. Just want to say and thank you for great content. Looking forward to watching this tomorrow. Go Rams. Thank you so much, Matthew. I appreciate it. Sonny the Rams fan, thank you for the 2. Refs did it to us again. I know, man. Mainly Wrolstad. I'll just say that. Not all refs are against the Rams. I don't want to say that. But Wrolstad, we already know, has a preconceived bias with that Seattle location. So keep that in mind. Oriana Nuno, excuse me. Thank you for the 5. I'm sad about the result of the game. I am proud of this Rams team. Many counted out. We are back. I agree, 100%. Thank you so much. Ronnie, thank you for the 10. Red zone offense sucked as it did all season. Plus, I think Cup has peaked and the best is behind him. Spent some money this offseason, Rams. Overall, still a nice 2023 season. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think this is a successful 2023 season. No doubt about it. Thank you for the 10. I really appreciate that. Steezy, thank you for the 249. Flag on Havenstein, but nothing on Puka was crazy. That is what is going to absolutely just sting. Is that not only were they not giving the Rams those calls in the second half and letting the Lions do whatever they wanted in coverage, but then you're going to allow that? You're going to call that? Are you kidding me? That wasn't a hold. And that's ticky-tack compared to what was happening. Oh, man. Jason, appreciate the 5. Thanks, Jake, for what you did all year. I listen to you every day while driving my 18-wheeler. Dan's Alexis, very proud of you guys and this team. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. And, obviously safe driving. And I will not be done. I'm not done, so don't think I'm done. But thank you. Gurpreet Singh, thank you so much for the 10. No one expected us to be in the playoffs. I did, but I get what you're saying. This was supposed to be a rebuild year, and we went 10-7, barely lost in the playoffs. We have tons off cap. And our picks next year, lots to look forward to. I absolutely agree. By the way, this isn't just going to be talking about the game. We're going to be talking about where the Rams go from here. So obviously stick around for that. I'm going to have more in-depth analysis about the offseason. Don't worry. It's not going to be all in one live stream. If you have to go to bed, I get it. That's that. But I am saying that. Kyle, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate you. I unfortunately can't read your name. Thank you for the 5. I'm a diehard 49ers fan. I got nothing but respect for your Rams team. They played with grit. We will wipe the Lions' asses left to right for y'all. See ya. Hey, appreciate the 5, man. I don't know if I would root for the 49ers over the Lions just because they are the arch rival of the Rams, but I'll say this, the Lions fans that are really nice in the chat, really nice to the channel and have been really supportive. Happy for you. I don't know. I gotta be honest with you. The bad Apple fans are kind of ruining the Lions for me because they're a team I probably would have rooted for the rest of the way, and I just don't feel that way. I think I'm probably gonna root for the Packers in the NFC. And then the AFC, you know what? I'll be honest. The Rams are out of the playoffs. I'll root for both 7 seeds. Give me Packers Steelers rematch. I don't care. I want mass chaos. Give me a season where there are 7 seeds playing each other. Absolute chaos. Give it to me. I need it. Anyway, thank you for the 2, JU. Appreciate that. All right. Discord. Let's see what are we doing here? I'm just opening it up now. Well, we'll see if it opens. It's been giving me problems lately. I saw that. I definitely saw that. There were definitely some Lions fans that were cheering when Stafford was down. Again, I just, man. By the way, this is why audio keeps cutting out when something happens in Discord. Really? Discord's not loading for me, by the way. I don't know why. So I don't actually know if I'll be able to take callers. Hope you guys don't hate me, but I don't know if I'll be able to take callers because it's not loading. Oh boy. Might need to declare cash. That's probably it. Yeah. Oh, man. I didn't want the season to end. I was ready to give you guys just some great playoff content, but I guess we'll switch to the draft. I'll probably take a week before I get into the draft and the offseason and all that. Still do content. What I want to actually put out to you guys, because you guys inspired me truly. Apparently a lot of you like me, which I don't know why, but I appreciate it. But a lot of you guys inspired me. Okay. I had a lot of people ask me, hey, is there any way you could do an audio podcast just yourself? Is there any way you could go back to being you, where it's not just Rams, but you? I thought about it. I was like, I guess, but pretty much all I do is talk about the Rams. Are you sure you want to hear anything else? So this is what I'm going to tell you guys, okay? I'm going to say this right now. This week, I am deciding to start the Jake Ellenbogen show, which will be entirely audio and will be miscellaneous content from sports, entertainment, TV, movie, video games, all that, whatever's on my mind. And I'm going to drop it. And if you guys want to listen to it, I'm going to drop the links. We'll not probably have it on the videos. We'll probably not have videos. No politics. No. Not trying to get myself canceled, William. But yeah, I'm thinking no politics, radio show, but podcast. So hopefully you guys drop in the comments section if you guys like that. Either give it a thumbs up, an emoji, something like that. Say hell yeah. I don't know. Everyone say hell yeah if you'll listen to that show. Because I know a lot of people wanted to hear me talk. I don't know why. I think most of you are here for the Rams, but for those of you who aren't, and by the way, we'll talk about the Rams. The Rams, hate to break it to you, have a lot to do with my noggin up here. Okay, they're always in my head, rent free essentially. So I will be doing a lot of that. It will be called the Jake Ellenbogen Show, and it'll just be whatever I want it to be. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not going to go too crazy about it. You might have some guests every now and then. It'll just be for me, and for you. And whoever wants to listen to more of me, I don't know why, but I appreciate it. Might turn it into a YouTube channel separately or add it to this one, depending on how well it does. I will always listen to your feedback. That is how this channel works. I will always listen to your feedback. But I have listened to your feedback, and that's what's happened. So I've decided I'm going to be going in that direction. And that will be on all platforms. That'll be on Spotify. That will be on Google Podcasts. That'll be on Apple Music. I mean, all of that. Whatever it's called. Apple Podcasts, I guess. So, yeah. That'll be that. So, hopefully you guys like that. I don't have anything for you to follow yet. I'll keep you guys posted. Let me just give you guys the rundown for the year. So, Rams are out, obviously. So I'll pivot to the draft content. I'll pivot to off-season content. I'll do a mock off-season at some point, maybe a way too early mock off-season. Then I'll do a mock off-season after when we have more information. I'm going to be doing news, obviously. So anything that comes out, coaches getting hired, fired, whatever, so we'll have lots of content for that. The Downtown Rams podcast will keep going in some capacity. Believe in Rams will likely keep going for at least a little bit. We'll see how that goes. And then for those Yankee fans out there, which not a lot of you, because I know a lot of you are in LA and you're Dodgers fans, and I'm not a Dodgers fan, but I respect it. I'm doing a Yankees podcast after the Super Bowl, maybe earlier, who knows, with my buddy Gary Sheffield Jr. So I will be doing that as well. So plenty of Rams content. On this channel, you won't see the Yankees stuff. We'll still be on Bleacher Report. I got an NFL show that I'm doing on Bleacher Report with Cam. So there's also that. So just a lot of stuff, man. I'm moving in May, so that's going to be cool. Just a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipeline. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm not going to abandon you in your time of need. It's why I'm still live streaming, right? I saw people in the comments. I was getting the live stream ready. You guys didn't believe. You didn't believe in me. Well, what gives, man? I have people in the comments saying, Jake's probably crying. I'm messing. I don't care. But it was funny seeing the comments while I'm setting it up and getting the thumbnail ready and everything. And I got people like, oh, dude, Jake's down so bad. He's not even going to be on here. I was like, bro, have I ever missed a live stream after a game? Come on. I'm not missing JE live after a game. Win, lose, or draw, I'm here. And if I don't know how you draw in the playoffs, don't ask me the semantics on that. But yeah. So yeah. Again, right now, for whatever reason, Discord is just not loading. So I will try to get that up. Again, I'm working on it. So stick with me. Obviously, stay in the waiting room if you're in there. I mean, and we'll try and figure it out. Let's see. Thumbtack, thank you for the 5. If we had just been straight up down outplayed by Detroit and lost, I'd be fine with it, but we weren't. Fun season, but leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. You could not have said you could not have said it better, Thumbtack. I totally agree. That's how I feel. I do have a bitter taste in my mouth. Even though I have a funny way of showing it. A lot of venting, obviously. Yeah, Stafford's hands were disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Gurpreet Singh, thank you for the 2. I can't believe they booed Stafford. Shake my head. Yeah, I have mixed feelings. Personally, and I'll talk about this type of stuff on my show when I do, the Jake Ellenbogen show. It might drop tomorrow. I'm not even kidding, guys. If you guys want it, I might just drop the damn thing tomorrow. Because why the hell not? But yeah, that's the type of stuff I'm going to be talking about. Is like, I got to be honest with you. I hate booing. I know that sounds crazy because I'm a Yankee fan and people are like, okay, baseball fans love to boo. I don't think I've ever booed anybody. I don't like it even for people I don't like. It's not even that it's disrespectful. I don't care about that. I hate the sound. Boo. I hate it. It sounds so stupid. I'm sorry. You guys can boo all you want. I'm not, but that's always been me. So I don't know. I've never liked it. I would never boo because it was like, woo, boo. I don't know. It just sounds stupid to me. Doesn't make you stupid. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm just saying I would never boo. So that's just me. Oh, I'm a ghost. Boo. I don't know. Good God, man. Good God. Chach, man, you took one on the chin today. Sorry for your Cowboys. That was brutal. I stomp casuals for fun. Thank you for the 2. Who is person the Rams should get in free agency? I'm going to go with Josh Allen. Bring me Josh Allen. I'm not talking about the Bills quarterback. I'm talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars edge defender. Bring him to LA and watch him thrive. Give me Josh Allen yesterday. For real. Watch Josh Allen next to freaking Kobe Turner and Aaron Donald and Byron Young. Bring me Josh Allen. Period. End of story. Campbell should be investigative. Her boundaries. JU, thank you for the 5. I don't really know what that means. Investigative for boundaries, maybe. I mean, I'm not trying to throw Campbell under the bus. I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble for something they didn't do. I'm just telling you what people were saying to me. You make with whatever you want to make with that. I did notice a lot of headshots, though, and I do think that they were somewhat headhunting. But do I think the Lions in general all wanted to knock the Rams out of the game? No, I don't. I don't think there's a bounty, but who knows? Maybe there is. Let's see. Kyle Kim. Thank you for the 20. Thank you for the 20. Thank you, Jake. We had a hell of a season. You called it like it is. Never gave up on this team. Appreciate all of your amazing content. Keep up the great work, my man. Thank you, Kyle. I really appreciate that. Means a lot. And I'm glad to just continue to do this. And by the way, I need to address this because I actually was asked this today and I was like, what? So apparently, and also guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, also known as the like button. It really helps out the channel. We're at 371. Would love to get that up to like 900 if we could, with over 900 people in here. But yeah, I wanted to point something out here. Also, those of you on Kick right now, I didn't forget about you. I mean, I did because for whatever reason my window was closed, but I didn't truly forget about you in spirit. I see you all here. So I'm still trying to figure out everything right now. While on the fly here, I'm trying to figure out everything with the, with this essentially. So that's where I'm at right now. So, and I just opened up my, what the hell are we doing? This is the problem. I'm trying to figure out everything and it's getting brutal. Okay. Anyway, totally lost my train of thought. I literally don't have a clue what I was talking about. Yeah, no clue. I was trying to do too much. Bummer. I probably had something important I had to say, and I'll never remember it. Sorry, guys. Hot take, time to move on from Cup and Higbee. Elpers Cat, thank you for the 2. I'm going to disagree, but I, respect the bold take. It's definitely bold. Thank you for everything, Jake. Wheezy, thank you so much for the 10. Appreciate it. Look, I gotta be honest with you. You guys are awesome. Oh, that's what I was going to address. So, I had people ask me because there's this huge thing on YouTube where everyone is calling it quits. It's like, Jake, you're not going to follow suit, right? Is YouTube going down the tubes? Are you going to go over to Rumble? Are you going to start putting your content behind a paywall? Goodness, no. Are you kidding me? I would never do that to you guys. I'm a firm believer, if you make money with ads, I don't need a freaking paywall. That's additional content. That's not my main content. But I had people legitimately asking me that was like, hey, are you done? I got a DM today. Was that, hey, all these YouTubers are quitting. Are you? I'm like, hell no. Hell no. I'm not going anywhere. And I'll tell you why. Why? Because here's the thing. The people that are quitting, and with all due respect, they've done a lot of work. They deserve a lot of credit. People that are quitting because essentially their content is getting copied. It's getting reproduced in shorts, right? Short form content is taking over. But in my space, because of you guys, not myspace.com, of course, but my legitimate space, because of you guys, I don't have to worry about that. I'm getting more views and you can look on this on YouTube. I'm getting more views than entertainers that have 18 million subscribers per video over the last month or two because of you guys. I'm not leaving this. Ain't no way I'm leaving this. I'm not leaving you guys high and dry. You just promise me something, though. This is your homework, okay? And you don't owe me anything, but I'm just giving you some homework, right? Just because the season is over does not mean you have to hit unsubscribe, does not mean you have to stop watching me, does not mean you have to stop commenting. It doesn't mean any of that. Let's all take the pledge, if you've never done it before, stick with the Rams all off season. It's so much more fun. I know there are people that just want to wait until the next season starts. I get that. Occasionally hop in with the draft. Let's all try and follow the Rams all year round. Let's all try, okay? Because it's so much fun having you guys. It's so much fun. I have 900 people in here. You guys are the best. But let's keep this going. Let's build this community bigger than we've ever built it. Guys, did the Rams lose? I mean, I guess, I don't know, the way I'm acting right now, I guess I'm pumped because the future is so bright. I watched this channel erupt from the end of 2020. I watched it erupt. I mean, what we've done in such a short amount of time, and it's because of you guys. It's because of you guys supporting me. So, no, I'm not jumping ship. Absolutely not. Just keep doing it. Not just me, but let's keep building this community. If you haven't already, join the Discord. The link is in the description. Discord, follow us all year long. I can't get into it right now for whatever reason, but we're over 930 members the last time I checked. And so I'll say this, this Rams fan base is going to keep growing. I was at MetLife Stadium for week 17. I was so impressed to see how quickly it was growing. 2021, I was there, not as many Rams fans. This time, a lot of Rams fans. This fan base is growing. This community is growing. People are flagging me down to get pictures with me. Guys, this thing is only going to get bigger, and I will be at SoFi next year, this season, this year. Count on it. And what I want to do is have a live show. I want to give you guys a live show with Cameron Lynch and Alexis Kraft and I. I want to give you guys that. I want to continue to find ways to engage with the community. Maybe even do hangouts. Maybe do tours. Maybe one year I'll just say F it and I'll go on tours and I'll follow the team around and I'll go to all the games and I'll meet all of you. That might be something I decide to do. Man, I'm really excited. Not how I thought I'd ever say after the loss. I did not expect myself to say this, but the fact is I got to already experience in my second year of being a YouTube creator, I got to experience a Super Bowl win. I got to experience what it's like to really build, a community. And you guys that were with me going back to downtownrams.com, which I may or may not resurrect, we'll see. Right now, it's hacked anyway. I'll try and figure it out, but who knows? Those of you who go back that far, I appreciate it. That's when the community started. And now, look at where we're at. I haven't checked, but I know we're doing well. I'm going to assume we're doing well. I'm going to check right now. It sucks. I wanted to get you guys on, but I don't know. Again, still trying, still on whatever. I don't know what's going on with my computer right now, but maybe it's just Discord. I don't know. But guys, this is kind of crazy. 23,254 subscribers. Just me. Just a kid in upstate New York who likes the Rams a lot. And by the way, someone that messed up with the algorithm. Because guess what I did? I started off and I was like, Jake Ellenbogen channel will be whatever I want it to be. And what it started off as, first video was about the Rams. They beat Seattle. Remember they beat Seattle? It was 2020. They beat Seattle. And then everyone was like, oh, are the Seahawks that bad? No, the Rams are that good. Stop it. And then my next video was about freaking LaMelo Ball. And then my third video was why the Giants are underrated and could win the NFC East. The point is that I started this channel not knowing where I was going. I just was putting out content. And now I have a legitimate frame of mind. I want to make Rams content on this channel. And then eventually, if I get big enough, I'll make whatever the hell I want. But I'm never going to stop making Rams content. I'm never going to stop being the Rams guy. And instead of just trying to feel like I'm pigeonholed, I'm going to embrace it. It's easy to embrace something you love. And I truly love this team. I mean, I could tell you every aspect of this team that you ask. I mean, I love the history. There's so many memories that I have. And, man, so it's really cool that I get to build a community around something I'm so passionate about, So that's how... that's how that works. But no, let's just keep doing it, man. That's all I ask. I'm not saying watch all my videos. You might not be interested in some of the Rams videos I'm going to post, but just stick with them. Even if you don't watch one, it's not going to kill you to stick around. Interact with the audience, the comments. Do you know how many different things that I've done because of the comment section? Did you guys know that the comments section, and I'm going to give you credit if I can find your name, because I know who you are, but I want to make sure I don't butcher your name because I have a lot of stuff on my mind right now. And I know you just commented not that long ago. You're always in the comments section. You know who you are, but I'm trying to find you before I tell you who you are. Where are you? Anyway. Okay, he has not commented. Edwin. I forgot your last name, but I know your first name is Edwin. Edwin gave me the idea to start having call-ins to spice up the show. Because I've been doing this show for a long time, and I don't know if I went back and I, looked at all the different live streams I did. I don't know how many I've done. I don't know how the episode numbers or anything. But Edwin gave me the idea to do the call-ins, and I think it took this channel to another level. I think it took the live streams to another level. I know it took the live streams to another level. So that helped then in turn make the community better. And that's what I'm all about, is just growing this damn thing, So that's where I stand. I hope you guys follow along throughout the offseason. Again, I can't force you to or anything like that, but just know I'm going to give the best damn content. I'm going to be putting out everything that I possibly can. I'm going to give you my heart and effing soul. My my blood, sweat, and tears. I don't know who's bleeding while making a video, but you should probably stop and quit while you're ahead. But no, man, I'm going all out. And I'm going to have some interviews. I'm going to get people on here. And it's going to be fun, man. I'm going to get former Rams. And we still have shows on here. We got big plans. And the Rams, it's not like they're going anywhere. It's not like they're about to hit any sort of black hole or anything. The Rams are in a good spot right now. They're in a good spot. They are going to be a good team. They're setting up for the long term. Matthew Stafford's leading the way. So feel really good about the future there. But with that said, I gotta talk about the future in general when it comes to the Rams. Now, I'll be posting my replay of the Bleacher Report live stream in case you missed it, but if you didn't miss it, you already know it's coming. Let's go through it. Quarterback, Matthew Stafford, Carson Wentz, Stetson Bennett, Dresser Wynn. The hell happens to all of them? I'm going to tell you the first thing. Matthew Stafford is your starting quarterback of the LA Rams next season. Although I still want to see what that thing came up. Someone asked a question. I can't imagine that's... I'm probably never going to find it, but I will try, just like I'm trying to get... I might honestly give up on Discord at this point since it's still not working, but... What the freaking hell, man? I'm going to check something out. Appreciate you guys bearing with me, by the way. I'm just trying to... Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Plan is to be back now. That is the plan. You'll have to deal with me next year. So Matthew Stafford is going to come back next year. Kind of all... I think we all expected that. That's what I'll say there. Noah T, thank you for the 5. Gurpreet, thank you so much for the 2. Jake, how did you become a Rams fan in New York? My dad. My dad grew up in Irvine, California, was next door neighbors with former inside linebacker Jim Youngblood, and passed it down to me. Ended up moving here because my late great, and I say late great grandfather, he's not my great grandfather. He was just a great grandfather, the best. Moved him here in upstate New York. So that's where we have that. Yeah, so that's how I'm a Rams fan in New York. Poppy J 99, thank you for the 5. Whose house? Proud of our boys. Let's go. Absolutely. Elper's Cat, thank you for the 5. I love how and what Cup does, but Cup not the 22 Cup before injury. I like Higbee, but Allen is the future. What edge is there for the Rams to pick at 19-20? I don't know about the edge. I will say this, don't sleep on Cooper Kupp. I think he'll be back. He just got bit. He was snake bit from the moment August hit. He got hurt. Then he got hurt again as the season went on. I just think he was never healthy. So I'm very excited about his next season, because I think he's going to come back with with a vengeance there. Noah T, thank you for the 5. Street Chow, thank you for the 10. Great season for the second youngest team in the league. Went over to show some love to a few Lions channels, but thank you, Jake. Ready for the offseason. You and Rams Brothers are my go-to channels. Appreciate you. P-Town Brown, thank you for the 5. I'm a season ticket member. Can't wait for next season. We are way ahead of schedule. We just need a few more pieces. I agree. Philip Spinola, thank you for the 20. Thank you for all the great content. It was my first season following you. Disappointing way to end the season, but the future is bright. The young core with our vets. Hoping for a strong offseason. We will be back. Go Rams. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad you hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. Ernesto, thank you for the 5. Can't wait for the show, brother. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I honestly can't wait for it. I might go to video at some point, but I'm really looking forward to that show. Not going to lie. Very much looking forward to just doing that. That's what I'll say. Plenty of stuff coming down the pipeline, but that's something I really decided. I look at all the comments. I might not have time to respond to every single individual one because, man, I get a lot of freaking comments, which is awesome. But I see pretty much all of them. So just remember that. And I listen and I read the suggestions and everything, and I try to, incorporate them. But yeah, man, it's a shame that Discord's not working though. I'm really bummed by that. Really bummed by that. Anyway, let's go back to the Rams roster. I'm going to bring it up. That way I can see it. I could go off the cuff, but I'd rather not. All right, so let's talk about it. Dresser Wynn could be signed to a futures deal. We'll see what ends up happening. Stetson Bennett, I don't know if he plays football again. Going to be honest with you. Just not really sure what the future holds there with Stetson Bennett. I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of that. It's kind of a sore subject, and I feel for him. It's like kind of a mental thing, I don't want to speak too much on it, but again, I hope everything's okay. I think first and foremost, you worry about the player and you worry about the person before the player, but we'll see what ends up happening with Bennett. He is under contract until Matthew Stafford. So Stafford's contract expires after 2026. He's a free agent in 2027. He'll never play for another team, in my opinion. I think he retires a Ram. I think Stetson, I'm going to say Stetson probably is done, but don't rule him out being the backup next year, I guess. Carson Wentz, I kind of feel like this is it for him. Unfortunately, would have liked to, see him get to a chance, to at least be on the sideline for a Super Bowl. But yeah, Carson is probably going to be a starter next year. Good quarterback. He showed it in week 18. I think it was enough. And if not, he'll be back with the Rams in all likelihood. So that's something. Kyron Williams, he's a free agent in 2026. So you have 2 more years of him. I think they're going to pay him probably at the end of 2025 or close to it. So obviously you have your franchise running back there. Zach Evans, free agent in 2027. When you look at Zach Evans and what he brings to the table, I mean, this is definitely, a 6th round pick that you're just trying to develop long term. But he doesn't give you anything that you can't find in the draft. So there is a chance. I think they do end up drafting a number 2. Ronnie Rivers, an exclusive rights free agent. And of course, as you guys know, Royce Freeman was signed to a 1-year deal. So Royce Freeman is gone. I don't think they bring him back necessarily. I believe was on the final play of the season on offense for the Rams. Cooper Kupp, contract expires in 2027. We'll see how that works out. I mean, the Rams are really in no position to move that money. So I think he's going to make a huge recovery next year and be really, really good and still be Cooper Kupp, but some people think they should can him. We'll see what happens. Personally, I have a lot of faith in Cooper Kupp if it's me. Tutu Atwell, his contract, next year's his last year. Then his contract expires, and he is a free agent in 2025. Atwell is going to be playing kind of similar to Van Jefferson, where he's going to be playing for a spot on this roster next year. We'll see what ends up happening. I didn't like how they kind of phased him out of the offense. Love the touchdown, though. Turbo Tutu should be back and ready to go next year, big time. He provides that speed threat that you just don't see. By the way, Puka Nakua's contract is up in 2027, so just enjoy 3 more years of absolutely stellar wide receiver play. Ben Skoranek, his contract is up in 2025. We'll see if they bring him back. He'll be ready next year, obviously. Demarcus Robinson is a unrestricted free agent, which does mean he's going to hit free agency, and the Rams don't have any provisions to stop him from doing so. However, the veteran could find himself back in horns. We'll see what ends up happening. Matthew Stafford really liked him. I think DeMarcus could be back, but we'll see. Austin Trammell is an exclusive rights free agent. So Ronnie Rivers and Austin Trammell, I expect to be back because they're exclusive rights free agents. Really, an ERFA is really just simply put, like, if you want them back, they're yours. If you're not going to offer them the qualifying offer, then they hit free agency. Tyler Higbee, he's got 2 more years, and then he's got a void year in 2026. Now, I'm going to say this right now. You have to prepare for the worst when it comes to Higbee. And if that's a serious knee injury, as serious as it looked, you have to assume he's probably not going to be good to go until maybe the mid portion of 2024. So that's really what pisses me off the most, is that was such a garbage hit on a defenseless receiver, diving into his knee like that. That happens to anybody. I mean, what the hell, man? But I hate it for Higbee. Means Davis Allen's probably going to be the starting tight end next year, who looks like he's ahead of schedule, and he's one of my guys. I told you, I had him going to the Rams in my mock draft. I celebrated when they got him. I think Davis Allen is going to be in for a really good year next year. That's what I'll say. Hunter Long suffered a season-ending injury. We'll see if it impacts. Unfortunately, it's same kind of injury, like his leg went back. We'll see if it impacts, his 2024 status, but he is signed until 2025. So that's that. Brycen Hopkins, this is interesting. This is really, really interesting here, because Brycen Hopkins is a free agent, and I actually think there's a chance he could be back following the Higbee injury. We'll see what happens, but Higbee and Long both suffered season-ending leg injuries. And I actually wonder if Brycen Hopkins gets signed to play with Davis Allen, and maybe they draft a guy. Maybe they sign somebody. But I think that definitely changes things now. You can't assume that Tyler Higbee is good to go, because that injury looked severe. We'll find out, but I wasn't very happy about that. Yeah, Hopkins isn't utilized, and it's frustrating. Noteboom. Okay, so this is the thing with Joseph Noteboom. He's got a void, a 10 million void in 2025 and a 5 million void in 2026. That's a lot of void money there. That's going to hurt, but he's getting paid 20 million next year. The Rams are going to have to restructure. They're going to have to move on, because the fact of the matter is this: Joseph Noteboom is the sixth man. Okay, he's not a starter. And I think if the Rams went in any direction, restricted free agent Alaric Jackson would be the sixth man to replace Noteboom, and I think they'd go out and get another left tackle. I look at Noteboom and I'm like, it's nice to have that depth, and not a lot of teams have it, but you're paying a premium for it that you don't need to pay. So I do think that they'll either trade him, or they'll restructure his deal or something along those lines. But they're going to have to do something, because that's a lot of money they're on the hook for. He's under contract next year at $20 million. Keep that in mind. Rob Havenstein, they got him until 2026, when then he has 2 void years in his contract. So his last year is 2025. Could be his last year for the Rams. He is great. He really is. He was one of the best offensive linemen on the field in that game. Really impressed with him. Just always been a model of consistency. So Havenstein, can't assume he's going anywhere. Obviously next year he is going to be the right tackle. Coleman Shelton, this is interesting. $3 million next year to play center. I mean, really, really good deal, because he's not great, but he's not horrible. So $3 million for a starting center is good. But do you want to upgrade? And if you want to upgrade, they could go in that route, because he's a free agent in 2025 anyway. Avila is not going to be a free agent until 2027. Same thing with Moore McClendon. Kevin Dotson is a free agent. That is going to be a heavy emphasis, I think, for the Rams. They're going to want to bring back Dotson. He is so key and critical at right guard. So we'll see what ends up happening there. There's some people saying around $17 million. So we'll see what ends up happening. Tremaine Ancram's a free agent. I think they bring him back for cheap. Alaric Jackson, again, I mentioned restricted free agent. I think he's back. So that's what you have there on the offensive line. On the defensive line, love their defensive line outlook, because right now, Aaron Donald, you have him. So here's the deal with Donald. He's got a void deal in 2025. Next year's technically his last year of his contract. Okay. So because he voids out 2025 and 2026. So this would be the last year of his contract. This could be the last year of Aaron Donald. If they win the Super Bowl next year, I wouldn't be surprised if Donald retires. I wouldn't. Byron Young, he's listed on the defensive line, but really outside linebacker. 2027. Bobby Brown, 2025. This will be his last year before he becomes a free agent in 2025. I think they got to consider bringing him back. Very, very, very crucial in the run game. Kobe Turner, 2027. Mathis, Desjuan Johnson, 2027. Laurel Murchison is going to hit free agency in 2024, so that's something to keep in mind. Jonah Williams, restricted free agent. I think they try to bring back Jonah Williams. I think they try to bring back Michael Hoyt, restricted free agent as well. The linebackers. You got Ernest Jones, who's in a contract year. I think the Rams are paying him, folks. I think we can expect an extension from Ernest Jones. I would say an extension from Ernest Jones this year, maybe this offseason. I think it's coming, so we'll see what ends up happening. Nick Hampton, he's listed as a linebacker for whatever reason, not an outside, but free agent in 2027. Jake Hummel is a restricted free agent in 2025, as well as Keir Thomas. Troy Reeder, this probably was his last game with the Rams, unless they bring him back. We'll see. And he didn't play, of course. Christian Roseboom, restricted free agent. Do they bring him back? Do they not? We'll find out. I think this is going to look a little different. This defense is definitely going to look a little different. Alex Ward is a restricted free agent in 2026. Long snapper. I thought he was really good. Ethan Evans, free agent in 2027. Then there's secondary. Okay, keep this in mind. Durant, he's a free agent in 2026 with Kendrick, with Lake, with Yeast. So that core group, those four guys, are going to be under contract for the next 2 years. Sean Jolly is under contract next year. He's a restricted free agent in 2025. Trey Tomlinson and Jason Taylor II are going to be under contract until 2027. And now there's four guys that the Rams are going to have to decide whether or not they bring back. I don't think they bring back Jordan Fuller. That's really the sad part about him not being able to play tonight. I think he would have had an impact if he was healthy. I think they might have won the game if he was healthy, although I don't know. But that was a loss, and I don't know if he plays another down for the Rams, so that just bothers me. John Johnson, I mean, if this is the end of John Johnson with the Rams, it's been fun, and I'm glad he came back for a second run. I thought he played better than people give him credit for this year, and I wouldn't mind him back next year on the cheap, but we'll see what ends up happening. Duke Shelley, I thought he played really well at times. Huge in that Eagles game, does not get enough credit. Really good special teamer. We'll see what ends up happening there. Wouldn't be surprised if they brought him back. Wouldn't be surprised if he left. And then Akella Witherspoon. Look, I love Akella. I'm friends with his dad. His dad's one of the best, by the way. Absolutely one of the best. Lucky Witherspoon. But, I mean, it's a business. And if Akella wants to make more money somewhere else, he gets offered a lot of money. There's a chance the Rams might not bring him back. But there's also a chance that the Rams do bring him back. There's a chance he wants to stay. So I would like to see Akella stay and get another corner next to him and just keep building these guys up. Keep building up a Durant. Keep building up Kendrick. You got 2 more years on those guys' contracts. Quentin Lake is still very valuable. Russ East is growing. Like, I would like to see them, you have Akella there. I'd like to see them bring back Akella. Wouldn't be against bringing back Jordan Fuller at the right price. Wouldn't be against bringing back really any of these guys. But the fact is that we're going to see a lot of new guys, folks. That's just the way it is. So next year, I mean, you could be seeing a lot of different things, but I'm feeling really good. Right now, Spotrac has them around $50 million in cap space. So get ready, folks. There's going to be a lot of players available. That's something to keep in mind. So, we'll see how that goes. And, man, I'm really bummed that I wasn't able to get the Discord going. I gotta tell you, I really am. It's so frustrating. It really is. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. It's not loading. It's doing the same thing Zoom did, and then I couldn't use Zoom ever again. But William Deemer Jr., thank you for the 2. Jake, you get to add 3 players. Who are they? Is there any stipulations in that? Like, you just said any 3 players. I mean, all right, I'm assuming you're talking about free agency. So let's talk about it. 2024 NFL free agency. Free agents. Let's see. Top 100 players set to enter free agency. Okay. realistically speaking, we'll keep this realistic because otherwise I'd go Chris Jones, and yeah, let's not do that. Josh Allen, okay? Josh Allen is probably getting franchise tagged. I would still spend picks to get Josh Allen. I am so high on Josh Allen. So yes, I would take Josh Allen. Then, this one's tough. Oh, no, it's not. I would go Antoine Winfield. I'd bring Josh Allen and Antoine Winfield to L.A. Antoine Winfield Jr. So Josh Allen, Antoine Winfield Jr., and then my last piece here. Where am I going to go here? Where am I going to go? I'm going to go with, let's see. And you said add, so I don't know if that counts, like Dotson and whatnot. So let's just assume it doesn't. So Josh Allen, I already mentioned him. The hell did I just say? Josh Allen and Winfield? Yeah, Winfield Jr. So Josh Allen, Winfield Jr., and Blake Cashman. If you gave the Rams Josh Allen, Antoine Winfield Jr., and Blake Cashman, and that's realistic because, I mean, I could go T. Higgins, I could go L'Jarius Sneed, Jalen Johnson. I'm trying to keep it somewhat realistic. Blake Cashman, Antoine Winfield Jr., and Josh Allen. That team is absolutely winning the Super Bowl. Full stop. That team's winning the Super Bowl. If you added them to Aaron Donald and Kobe Turner and Byron Young and, you know, Bobby Brown, I mean, Ernest Jones, that team would win the Super Bowl. I have no doubt. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, guys. Hit the like button. 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 471. I want to see that go up. Let's go. I mean, I had a goal of like, I don't know, over 900, but I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, we've gotten some great stuff. This has been fun, man. It really has. We've had some great stuff out of this. Anyone saying fire McVey needs to actually learn football, and I'm not using their opinion in any way. Great question, by the way, William. I stomp casuals for fun. Thank you for the 2. Davis Allen could become a very good player for us. I agree, 100%. Steezy, thank you for the 249. Please confirm that Yarber won't leave. He the one. I don't see him leaving, but I can't confirm because I don't know for sure. Monty Brown, thank you for the 5. Jake, I'm going to bury my head and cry. Love you, my Rams brother. We was robbed with no gun. Congratulations to the Lions, but they was gifted a win. That's how I feel. I don't think that the refs won the game, but I do think the refs had a lot to do with the ending of the game and the result. Do I think they won it, though? No. The Lions scored 24. You know, I've seen worse. But that second half was just terrible. It's easy to get, you know, caught up in everything. And, yeah, frustrating. Very frustrating. It's just... Man, I've had this beer here for a while, and I feel like it's time for me to use it. Oh, guys. How'd I do? How was the show? Was the show everything you hoped for aside from what I can't control? Oh, I don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that stuff, but I get what you're saying. Show awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys liked it. It's just, man, it will hit me. A-Dog, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys moved on from Dak. I could see them doing some violent things to that team because they lost. They were the 2 seed. The Rams were the 6 seed. They lost to. They were not like they were the underdog in this game. Like you and I obviously thought that they deserved to win, and they did deserve to win. They absolutely outplayed the Lions, but they were the underdog. That's what happened. 24-23 is just a kick in the ass. Man. Hire Jake to the Rams front office. I appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta tell you guys, really looking forward to that show. Really looking forward to the draft coverage. If you're new here, you have no idea what I'm about to unleash on you. And even the people that have been here before, you have no idea what I'm about to unleash on you. I mean, I'm talking about the way I break down things. Like, you guys like the analytical stats approach, right? I'm not really like the Tom Grossi personality. I can be. Like, I can be a personality, and I can make you laugh, and I have made people laugh, and you know, it's more so for me, it's subtle stuff that I throw in there. Oh, by the way, we're still doing the NFC West Roundtable on Tuesday, by the way. So keep that in mind. I will still be there. But anyway. Yeah, I think really just like for me, I'm just trying to, I think I found my rhythm. I think I found my format. And like you guys told me, like you like the videos, you like those isolated videos. I'm going to keep pushing those with the draft content. And what I'm thinking, since this is a Rams channel, I still want to do draft content, but I think I'm going to do it in a way where I have the profile. So people want to click on the profile, they can. But then at the end of the video, I'm going to decide whether or not, okay, this guy fits the Rams this way. This is how his role could be, all that. Right? So that's something there. Also going to do some film breakdown on Kick. So if you're not following my Kick channel, kick.com/JKBogan, definitely do that. God, what else? Man, I don't know. Swizzleberry, thank you so much for the 10 subs. I really appreciate that. 10 gifted. Oh, man. We got our destiny stolen. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, the thing is, this team will be back. This team is, I mean, this is one of the best managements in all of football. You know, that I think that's why I'm like taking it better than I thought I would. But I don't know. It's damn frustrating. I can't believe some of the calls that they just didn't make. The things that they allowed that secondary to do. It's just. And I don't get this loud normally over officiating, but I could definitely see something was up. And of course, Wrolstad. God, I can't stand that guy. When Staff went down, I wanted them to play Wentz. Thank you, Germ, for the 2. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if playing Wentz was the best option, but Stafford got better and better. I know, Puka was clearly held. Puka was clearly held. I did not punch a wall. No. 28 years old, I've gotten better at not punching things. Doesn't end well for the wall, doesn't end well for your fists. Yeah, that's that is a gut punch of a season, though, man. The way that ended. All right. Adam Schefter saying the Rams believe Tyler Higbee tore his ACL. You know, for whatever reason, that hit actually makes me the most upset. Not even losing the game. I think that hit is absolute garbage. Like, he's gonna man, just awful. It's funny, didn't I say something about the officiating? And the Lions got screwed. They got screwed in Dallas. But man, how did I know that it was all going to come back around to help them out? How did I know? Oh, man. What I think is funny, by the way, I do think this is funny, is that I ended up predicting the Rams losing to the Lions before the season. This season went exactly how I said, except I had them going in the divisional round. I don't think I've ever gotten everything right like that before. That's freaking nuts. It's funny because I don't think the Lions are as good as I thought that they were going to be. But, man. Oh, boy. Not able to do call-ins is really bothering me. Like, there's nothing I could do if Discord isn't going to open. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Appreciate the awesome show compliment. Man. Such a long season. Fun season, man. Fun season. Can't hate. But yeah. This is the last JE Live ever. No, I'm kidding. This is the last JE Live following a Rams game until 2024. But this won't be the last JE Live this year, obviously. I'm going to continue doing them weekly, if that's cool. Does that work with you guys? Hopefully it does. But yeah, just, again, all I ask, just stick by. Tell somebody that you know that doesn't watch me, that's never given me a shot. Tell them to check the channel out, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I just I don't know. I think I'm going to call this one. Am I going to do the call-ins during? Yes. Absolutely, I'm going to do the call-ins. 100%. You told your dog to watch Jay Live? I appreciate that. Means a lot. Yeah. I'm really bummed about Higbee, by the way. That still bugs me. Really bugs me, but yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love this shirt. Roman Gabriel. I think this is pretty cool. Jerry, thank you for the 2. Wentz can run. He is better in the red zone. We'll see if they bring back Wentz. Poppy J99, thank you for the 5. We need to win another Super Bowl before AD retires. F them picks, Mob Squad. I agree. You got to give AD at least one more. At least a shot at one more. Jim D, thank you for the 5. I would feel worse if holding was called on that Puka play and then Maher missed the go-ahead kick. Non-call might be a blessing. Thoughts? Absolutely not. If they call that, the Rams win. I have no doubt. Lions couldn't stop them. Lions showed no ability to stop the Rams. That was a pathetic performance from that secondary. Absolutely pathetic. They didn't deserve to win. Then again, they also gave up like 400 yards to Nick Mullins. That's all you need to know. Gurpreet Singh, thank you for the 2. Who was a good replacement for Raheem. I think Aubrey Pleasant. I think Jim Leonard. I think potentially Eric Henderson. Some in-house guys. Chris Shula. We'll see what ends up happening. Yeah. Also, give me some time over on Kick. I'm gonna be streaming games again, so we'll do that. But yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow in some capacity. I mean, I got a lot of stuff going on, but tomorrow in some capacity, I do want to record my first show, the Jake Ellenbogen show. I want to record my first Jake Ellenbogen show. I have no idea what it'll be about. It'll be entirely off the top of my head. It'll be things that are on my mind, things I want to talk about, non-political, sports, movies, TV shows, video games, things like that. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to doing it. It's something I should have done a while ago. I think I've tried it before, but I'm much better now at content than I was when I think I first tried it. So, yeah. Man. Yeah, I agree. It's just, God, that hold, man. Oh, if that wasn't even the worst one, just the time of that. I mean, oh my God. John with J. Well, yeah, I don't know. Oh, Robinson got tackled. Do Madden wait? I will never play Madden again. I'm never buying that product again. No chance. No chance. I think Madden's terrible. I don't think it's a good product. Oh, man. God. Oh, hold on. Hey, we got it. How about that? Oh, I have a lot of people in here. All right, cool. I'm gonna go quickly, guys. I got the call in. Appreciate you guys waiting. Let's see. As long as this works, it should work. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't. Okay. Discord finally decided to work, which is cool. Okay, there we go. Let's do Swizzleberry. Why is it not showing the call-in screen?
I have like 4 different layers of muted all over the place. So that's...
Yeah, I'm trying to see the call-in Discord. Like, what the hell? It's not... Is it really not going to work? I'm trying to see the overlay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Overlay is right there. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to be going quickly with everyone just because I kind of low-key want to go to bed and sob.
Yeah.
No, not. I'm totally kidding. I don't cry over football. There's no crying in football.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts, man, on the season, on the game? Thoughts?
Okay. So I'll give all the Cliff Notes version because I was ready to go on a massive rant earlier. But on the season, dude, I am so happy with the product that the Rams actually put out on the field. This was awesome.
I agree.
It was fun to watch. It was incredible entertainment. It was great. And I can't wait to see what they do from the next year. We're set up and poised very well. There's not a situation where we're really having to worry about crazy contracts. I was messing around on SpoTrack and was able to even look at, okay, re-signing a lot of the guys. I think we might be able to get a Kello hopefully on the cheaper end, maybe for only an $8 million cap hit, at least in the first year. A couple other guys here and there. And I was looking at Josh Allen at a 22.5. I wish I had it still saved. It ended up crashing on me, of course.
Oh, yeah. That site, man. I can't.
But I had a dream situation of, okay, get Josh Allen, re-sign a lot of the guys that we would really want and need, and you got an extra $10 million to go out, get a backup quarterback, and sign all the new draft picks. It looked pretty solid. And that was with restructuring Stafford's contract, having a little adjustments here and there. We have loads of options. This is exciting. This is going to be great.
Yeah. It's going to give me shit to do.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot to look forward to. I can't wait. Now,
I'm very
on the flip
much
side,
looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. And on the flip side of this, congrats to the Lions. Congrats to Lions fans. You all got to see your team win in the playoffs. I've gone through plenty of droughts as a fan. I know what that's like. I'm happy. There's part of me that's happy for them to see that. I wish it happened in a different fashion, but it happened. So that's there. Let them have their moment to enjoy it and go from there. On the flip side of it, a lot of people who were talking about don't let the game get into the refs' hands. A lot of people who are saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be complaining about the refs." Listen, there's two sides of the coin. My
Oh
team
yeah.
got screwed, or this team got screwed, and the NFL's rigged. Why are we giving ammo to the NFL is rigged when you have situations like that? Not even looking at things that my team's even involved in. We watched the Dallas game earlier. What the heck was that horse collar tackle call? And why is New York not on the ready to go
Yeah.
and just phone in and say, no, that was not a penalty? He was grabbed by the chest plate and pulled down.
So bad.
How on earth is like, you call something that's a horse collar and it's there? It's like, that's like trying to say someone was speeding in their car when they were in their house. Like, does not make any freaking sense. Overall, the biggest thing that we really need to do is, and the argument for people who say you're complaining about the refs because your team lost, at the end of the day, if you're quiet about the refs, even when it benefits your team, like I would be the type of person who I even said at the end of the day in the Baltimore game, I wasn't complaining because I felt like the refs missed a lot of calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, there might have been a hold here or there. I felt like we may have got the better end or it was fairly even. Like, and at the end of the day, it's just what happened. Realistically, the problem that we have here is the refs need to matter whether they're good or not throughout there, and they need to be good enough so that we don't have these complaints. We should not have fans who are looking at a game, watching a game, and then from game to game, they don't know what's a foul or not.
Yeah, I 100% agree, Swizz. I'm with you on that. I'm obviously trying to hold back
Yeah.
a little bit, but yeah, I'm just
I'm done holding back on this one.
Craig Wrolstad. I mean, I warned everyone. I made a freaking video on it. I
Why are teams spending millions of dollars every year to scout officiating crews?
And by the way, why is Kirby Joseph allowed to tear tight ends ACLs? Dove head first into Tyler Higbee. He's done for the year, and he's done for probably the next year, half of it at least. And he tore TJ Hawkinson's.
And also to get into that, like, I'm not sure if you saw my comment in the chat. This is something I brought up was, here's my problem. I have something like that. At the end of the day, if you are out of position as a player, you're out of position. That defensive player was out of position to make a play on the ball, to make a play on the player. And he compensated with a reckless move. And that's why I've been in support of these defenseless receiver penalties, because at the end of the day, people want to say, oh, this game's getting soft. This game's getting soft. Like, okay, take a sledgehammer to the head and see what's different. Like,
I know
they're in the position of this and you're not. You're sitting on the sideline complaining about what you want to see there, but you're playing in a situation advocating for people to wreck their lives. That's not okay, dude. Come on. This is some situation where players need to be in position to make a play before they make a play. Like, you cannot go in with a reckless abandonment and risk someone's livelihood and life because you were out of position and you got beat.
Yeah.
You want to make a play and be in position to make a play. That's simple.
Yeah, I just man,
as far as that goes,
I'm with you. Just know I'm with you. I'm just it's funny. I was pumped, and now I'm starting to kind of come down from my emotional high, for being kind of pumped for the future and, pumped about just the community and just the season and celebrating the season. Cause I think I kept it pretty, I would say I was the most optimistic I've been following a season ending loss. I don't think I've ever been that optimistic or like that like opening, that warm. Like, I think I gave people like a spot to, and that was my goal, because I understand not everyone's in a great frame of mind after this game. So, that was the whole point. But yeah, man,
as far as that goes, this feels like the 49ers loss from this week 2.
I know. Well,
It feels good in a way. Let's not
I'm not quite
go that
there.
far.
I'm not quite there. I'm
I'm
bitter.
very hopeful.
I'm bitter because I'll never say the refs won the game.
No,
But I just think that. Well,
I'd
I
like to
think
see how the game
Wrolstad
went.
100% should not be officiating Rams games because he's got a bias towards Seattle, and we already know it. So
Yeah.
I just don't think he should be officiating Rams games. I think they knew what they were doing when they put him on. They knew what was going to happen. I said it the first half. I was like, "Wow, Wrolstad's actually like been really good." And then the second half, it was just he swallowed the whistle and allowed them to tackle receivers, and it's bullshit. And it's not like I want penalties, but I mean, this team commits one of the most PI penalties in the league. I mean, and then Wrolstad calls them more than any. So it's just. It just felt dirty. It stunk. That's how I felt. And I felt like they were a dirty team, head hunting. I felt like they're head hunting and holding. They were Triple H, head hunting, holding. There you go.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, as far as that goes, but at the end of the day, we got a lot of good things to look forward to. This team is going to be fun to watch for years to come, and it's going to be awesome. It's not anywhere what anyone said. We're not going to be bad. This is going to be a very competitive team for a while, and it's going to be great. But
I agree, man.
On that note, I want to leave it on a high note of this is going to be good moving forward. It's going to be fun. I'll jump out of here so you can move on, get some other people in here. But hey, thanks for taking the call on it, and then we'll talk to you next time.
Sounds good. Later, Swizzleberry.
All right, brother. See you.
Talk soon. All right. Let's go to Cedian. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, Jake, welcome.
Hey, so I'm gonna ask you, what were your thoughts on just the season, and then your thoughts on the game?
So overall, I thought we did really well for the season. I didn't expect 10-7 like you did. I kind of expected us to miss the playoffs, so I was happy we at least got in. The game, pretty upset about, to be honest. I mean, like everybody else, but you don't get those PI calls, and that hurts. But we still had to get it done in the red zone, which we didn't. But I'm hoping that they at least find some of those hits, especially the one on Higbee, because if not, then there's really not an excuse of player safety in the league, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how you allow a hit like that. I mean, everyone keeps obsessing over the hip drop tackle. All it's doing is taking away attention from that bullshit. And that's the same thing that cost Hawkinson his season, from the same player in the same way.
Exactly. And at some point you have to look at that player and, ask, at some point it's definitely the player, because it's not happening to a bunch of other players. It's that player, right?
Absolutely.
But I wanted to talk a little bit, because I'm a Cats fan. I wanted to talk a little bit about trying to go after Josh Allen, because I feel like that has to be the number one target for the offseason, right?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, look, he's probably going to get tagged. I'd be shocked if he wasn't franchise tagged. But I'm saying go after the trade. Like, I want him in horns, because it's not like if I had my pick of the litter, like he's better than Brian Burns, or I actually might be a bigger fan of Brian Burns just as like a player. Like, I don't think he's better, but I think Josh Allen would help more for the Rams because he can do it all. And they want their outside linebackers to cover, and Josh Allen's the best coverage outside linebacker in the entire, free agency. So he's just well-rounded all around, and he's elite, and he was top 5 in pressures. Bring him on.
We definitely need just more pressure. I felt like that was what was missing for us in the first half. If we could have had the defense playing in the first half like it did the second, I don't think that game's even close. So that was kind of a letdown. I feel like we also have to try to bring Wentz back.
I agree. I would love Wentz back. I think he's going to start, though. I do. I think he did enough in week 18 to show, okay, this guy can still start in this league. But we'll see. Maybe he does come back because he didn't start 4 games like Baker did.
I kind of agree with you that I think he may get picked up by a team to start, but at the same time, a lot of teams were wary of him even this year. When teams went down with quarterbacks, Wentz obviously has the talent and they're just avoiding him. Partially for a little bit of selfishness. I hope we can find a way to get him back because you just never know. Stafford might miss 1, 2, 3 games here and there, and some of those games you need to win.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is 100% accurate. How would you feel, next year, assuming they make some moves, they get some guys like a Josh Allen or whoever. Do you think this team wins the Super Bowl next year?
It depends on who we get in the free agency.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it depends a little bit on Cup kind of waking up. I mean, we didn't really have a good Cup year, I think Cup's kind of got to wake up a little bit. I think you've got to get some good pass rush from free agency. And let's see who we get with this first round pick we finally have too, right?
Yeah. And
I think
who knows,
I think we're close. I think this team is starting to be built. It's starting to be young. It's starting to be McVey's team. And one thing that I'll leave out on, I think we should all be less nervous about McVey switching or going to broadcasting. I think the more young players McVey brings in and gets these attachments, and it's players that aren't going to retire anytime soon, I think it makes it more and more McVey's team and harder to walk away from.
Yeah, I don't foresee McVey. I think last year when he was taking a step back, that was him deciding whether he wants to take a year off or continue on for the next 10. You know what I mean? Like, I think he was really deciding whether or not he was going to take a year off or keep going for a decade. And I think it was just a really tough year he had never experienced before. He had never had a season that bad. I think that's really what it came down to. But I think he's going to be around for a long time. He's got a lot to work around, a lot to feel good about. And, man, I just think he did an incredible job this year. I think he doesn't get enough credit for the coaching job he did. He should have been coach of the year. Puka Nacua should be offensive rookie of the year, so forth. But, it's just, I'm very bitter about the way that game ended. I don't know if I'll ever get over that, if I'm being honest with you. I'm still, and this is funny. I'm still not over the Rams giving up on Kurt Warner, and I was a young kid. I'm still not over, the Patriots kind of stealing the dynasty that the Great Show on Turf had. I'm still not over, that call, the phantom holding call on on John Sullivan when Todd Gurley had that 15-yard run in the Super Bowl in 2018. I do hold, some grudges sports wise. This is one of those games that I will always hold because I feel like, it was going well in the first half. And I think the second half, I'm really bitter about the way they just swallowed the whistle. And it wasn't just, hey, we'll let them play. It was, hey, we'll let them do whatever they want, because that secondary, as the season has shown, because of the statistical, analysis with the pass interference calls, this secondary can't defend regardless. They give up the second most yards, aside from Washington, who gave up the most in the last 8 games, and they lost all 8 of their games. But I just felt like, this is the same referee that screwed the Rams last year against Seattle, that screwed the Rams in the Steelers game on a 4th and 1. I think Pickett lost a yard on the sneak, and he gave him a first down and ended the game. And then, screwed him in this one. Because even if he doesn't, and I said this, even if he doesn't give, Nacua that PI, right? You still, like, if he doesn't call a hold on Havenstein, they're still kicking a 50-something yarder.
Like, well, the other thing,
it just bothers me.
I think even more egregious than the hold, I think the 2 most egregious calls to me were the PI and the not calling roughing the passer when he clearly got hit late and almost took him out of the game. Yeah. It was clearly a late hit. Clearly that player, you watch that replay, and that player leans into that hit after that ball is gone. After the ball is gone. And tries to lay out Stafford. It's clear he's trying to lay him out there.
Yeah. No,
and just you're not going to call that. I can't.
Absolutely. But hey, I'll be here all off season. I don't go anywhere. I don't really take breaks. So hopefully you guys are ready for me. But CDN, thank you so much for calling in. I know this is our first time chatting, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I actually just started. Just found out about you actually. So thanks for having me on, and looking forward to more.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you. You take care.
You as well, Jake.
All right. So now, let's see. Trying to keep it 10 minutes each. And go quick. 10 minutes max, essentially. Jack, what's up?
YOLO? You got me?
Yeah, you have some like weird reverb going on. I don't know what's happening, but
Okay.
yeah, what were your thoughts on the game and what were your thoughts on the season, man?
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna change my mic again. Hopefully that takes care of that echo. Okay. So my thoughts on the game were I think we got screwed. I'm bitter, like you said. I know you were talking about how like you didn't want to like, oh, the refs won that for the Lions, yada yada. It's like, I don't know. It sucks. It just flat out sucks. It felt like that was something that we could have won, and we had every opportunity to go out and win it. The offense played I think the defense actually really did a good job stepping up late. I didn't think the defense, I said on Twitter multiple times, it felt like the defense didn't care to start that game. And, they proved me wrong in the second half. They stepped up. They were getting stopped. They allowed 3 points, I think, the whole second half, something like that.
Yeah.
They just did such a good job to set up the offense. And, I think the only thing where I'm really willing to say, okay, this was on the Rams, is the play calling in the red zone. I think the red zone play calling was bad. I think they could have tried to run the ball a little bit more. Credit to Detroit's defense where it's due. I mean, they were stopping the run pretty well, but I'm not going to give them too much credit because they were also trying to headhunt our guys. So, yeah, I mean, it sucks because it really felt like we had a chance to win that game. If we get maybe 1 or 2 calls that go our way, we're kicking a field goal for the win. We're scoring a touchdown. So it hurts, but you know what? It's whatever. I mean, this team, I think, turned a lot of heads. I think that that was kind of the main thing that I wanted out of the Rams this year, was to kind of tell a lot of people, hey, this team is not rebuilding. It's a reset year, sure, but they are very capable of making the playoffs. You are not going to see this team waste another year of Matthew Stafford, of Aaron Donald, of Cooper Kupp. And when you look at the future of this team in guys like Puka Nacua, in guys like Kobe Turner, I mean, oh boy, look out. This team's going to be scary next year. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, say what you will. Obviously, I know a lot of people will, but I mean, I agree with everything you said. Look, yeah, the red zone, that stuff was bad. I do think the refs screwed the Rams. I don't think the refs won the game. But I think next year this team, if they don't make the playoffs, it's a failure. This is a successful season. I don't care however people want to look at it. The fact that, I think they had a shot. Honestly, I thought they had a shot to win the Super Bowl. But, unfortunately, sometimes you run into a buzzsaw that is the zebra. So, that's just the way that was. But
that specific zebra as well.
Yeah, that specific one. I think that's my issue, is that it's not just the refs, it's Wrolstad. He has a history of this. Okay? Like, people are going to bitch and moan and complain, oh, you're blaming the refs. No, I'm blaming Wrolstad. I'm blaming the same dumbass that freaking gave the game to the Steelers. I'm blaming the same dumbass that gave the game to the Seahawks last year at the end of the season. We already know he has a bias. It's really that simple. Nothing I'm saying is crazy. Everyone saw it. People were talking about it. NFL, media on Twitter, like all the NFL people were talking about it. They missed call after call after call. They're still talking about it. And you could say, oh, you don't blame it. It's a 1-point game. It's a 1-point game. I mean, I'm sorry. If you get the win, then I have a chance to say what I want to say. You get a chance to watch your team next week. I don't. And the Rams were screwed. It's all out there. I could make a whole freaking video about it. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm not going to because that's loser behavior. I'm not going to do that. But still, not to mention, let me ask you something. Did you see at any point this year that many guys go into the blue tent for the Rams?
No, I can't remember a game ever I've seen, honestly, where that many guys in one game went to the blue tent. Last thing I can remember, I think, and this is like way back, I think it's like 2018. I went to the Rams-Chargers game, and I saw both, it was Talib and Marcus Peters, both of them. I don't know if they went to the tent, but both of them left the game with an injury in that game. And that's the first time I can remember like actually seeing like two guys. Like there's probably another one that I'm not even thinking about. There's probably another game after that because that was all the way back in 2018. But no, seeing that many like influential guys like Stafford and Nakua both going to the blue tent, and like Higbee got hurt too. I mean, they were headhunting. Say what you want, they were headhunting.
Absolutely, headhunting and holding. I'm going to call him Triple H. You know, at this point,
what's the third H?
Head hunting.
Oh, okay, I got you. Wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for that team. I'm sorry. There are Lions fans that respect me on this channel, and look, like I appreciate them, and I can't root for that team. I cannot. I hope the Packers,
better than San Francisco, I guess.
I hope the Packers go on a run. That's what I hope. I'm 100% rooting for Jordan Love at this point. Didn't think I'd be in that position because they were annoying at one point, but I don't know. After watching the Packers today, they're fun, and I like Aaron Jones. I like Jordan Love. It'd be nice to see Matt LaFleur get over that playoff hump. So yeah, I'm all go Pack go on the NFC. On the AFC side, I want mass chaos. So give me the Steelers and just have them go at it. I want whoever wins the Super Bowl to be a team that the Rams played against. That's what I want. So. But yeah, I just
I wouldn't be opposed to Baltimore if OBJ gets another ring. That'd be cool for him.
Okay, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, but yeah, man, appreciate you hopping on. Getting closer to kick season.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Video game season. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, I got a lot of stuff I want to do, and that show that I'm doing.
Yeah.
So a lot that show that doesn't narrow it down. That's a lot of effing shows, but no, Jack, appreciate you, man. And
no problem. Yeah, I appreciate you. I like that you're having all these call-ins. I like that I've been welcomed into this community. This is my first season actually hardcore following your content, so I'm glad that I jumped in. I'm happy and I'm looking forward to more.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you.
No problem. Take care.
You too.
Later.
All right, let's go here. Wow, I'm somewhat keeping it with a 10-minute thing. Ian, how we doing?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Do you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you. So, what were your thoughts on the game, and what are your thoughts on the season?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a couple hours now, so I'm letting it soak in and trying to be objective about it, but hey, man, what a fun year. There was think about it, Jake. All the times we've talked, other callers, you've talked, comments. Everyone was like, 3-6, we suck. Everything was bad.
Oh, I know. Oh, God.
What a turnaround, man. And I think now that I've sat here objectively, it's been a fun season. I've enjoyed the up and down, when you look back at the journey. But I think what I'm most disappointed about is what was the opportunity that was lost? And for me, man, we had easily the best quarterback in the whole national conference in this side of the playoff bracket, right?
Easily.
Man, did we have a really clear path to at least the NFC Championship game. And we just couldn't get it done. And I think that's what disappoints me, along with you never know when you're going to be back. We don't have too many more playoff runs with Aaron Donald. We don't have too many more with Matthew Stafford. And you can say, hey, we have those guys. We'll always have a chance. And that's true, but you just never know. Because I think JB Long, our radio announcer for the Rams, and also does a lot of good interviews. If anyone's seen his content on the Rams YouTube, he mentioned one time, and I thought it was really spot on. It's CQI football team index. C is for coach, Q is for quarterback, I is for injury. Do you have a good coach, head coach? Yes, the Rams do. Do you have a good quarterback? Hell yeah, the Rams do. Did you get lucky with injury for the most part? And this season we did. And I think
Yeah.
if you have those things work out for you, you always have a chance. So I bring all that up to say, not only was again the path to the playoff, or path to at least an NFC Championship clear, because look it, if we would have won this game, we're beating Tampa or Philadelphia the following week for sure. They're not better. Both of those teams are not better than Detroit, easily. So I think that coupled with good head coach, good quarterback, injury, we got lucky with this season. We had a path and we just didn't get it done. So I'm just disappointed because who knows what happens next year, Jake? Who knows?
Yeah.
We can project, we can hope, and say, oh, we'll sign this guy, we'll draft this dude, he'll return, and everything will be fine. But you just don't know, man. A lot of playoff runs are half luck and half skill, right? So I just think the opportunity that was missed to go on a deep playoff run, it just sucks, dude. Sucks.
It does.
But the ride was fun. This game was looking ugly the first quarter, and I was like, gosh dang it. And then we made it fun at the end of the game, coming back. But overall, fun season. I'm just disappointed this group didn't go as far as they should have. That's really it. My feelings on it.
I think it's a successful season. But my issue is,
No, it is. It is,
you know,
but, hey.
and I can't stress this enough, and I don't care how this makes me sound because I'm going to say my piece. And like this is how I'm going to move forward. Lions fans, you get to watch your team next week. Rams fans don't. So let me say what the fuck I want to say. Anyway, my thing here is that I just feel like, you know, they're going to hold on because I've already seen it. And again, the Lions fans I'm directing to are the people that are blowing up my mentions because they have nothing better to do with their life. Bro, your team just won a playoff game for the first time in 30 plus years. And the first thing you're doing is you're living in my mentions. You're DMing me.
I know.
Like,
ridiculous.
Bro, get a life.
They don't have any, Jake.
I'm too busy. I'm live streaming, making money, and I'm building a community while you're sitting there being a freaking loser, a complete waste of space in the universe, a waste of atoms. Anyway, my point.
I feel you. It's annoying. I know, dude.
My point. I think that was bound to happen. I've been too professional throughout this whole thing. But anyway, my thing is, if you get to play next week, you get shut the hell up. Let me say my piece, because I'll tell you right now, to lose this game, like Blaine, my friend Blaine was texting me and he's just like, man, you look at the box score and you're like, how the hell did the Rams lose a game like that?
I know.
I understand the first half, but let's not act like the first half the Rams weren't going down the field and doing their thing. You know, they were moving the ball at will. So that's the thing that bothers me. The first thing. The second thing that bothers me is how they keep bringing up the neutral zone infraction, which, by the way, I don't think it was a neutral zone infraction. If you go back and you rewatch it, Ernest Jones jumps, but he is not right on the line of scrimmage. Look at where he is. He's back a little bit. But now, because, you know, they said it, and of course the announcers, because they did what they did, now that's going to be talked about forever. But the Lions fans are like, well, that was a 14-point swing. All right, so you're telling me one penalty you got, because that's the only thing you name, outweighs the fact that you literally committed manslaughter on our quarterback and didn't get anything for it. You know, I don't want to see anybody complain about roughing the passer ever again after the fact that I watched the entire year. I don't think Matthew Stafford got one fucking call. I really don't. I don't think so. And if he did, let me know.
It's been bad.
But that
it's just certain quarterbacks get those. I know it was frustrating, man. I mean,
well, that's player safety. So you know what, NFL, you know, shit or get off the pot, because this whole player safety thing is bullshit. Because all I ever see is guys like TJ Hawkinson and Tyler Higbee getting their ACL torn, and you want to take away the hip drop tackle. When in reality, the issue is that going into somebody's ACL like a heat-seeking missile is the issue. That is something we need out of the game. You know?
Yeah.
So not only do
agree,
the
man.
Lions get to win, but because Kirby, whatever his name, I forget his name. I almost said Kirby Smart. Kirby Joseph. Because Kirby Joseph doesn't know how to actually, tackle the right way. Tyler Higbee's season is in jeopardy next year, the start of it. He tore his ACL, definitely.
Yeah.
And Hawkinson suffered a late season ACL tear.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, Jake, we know what the NFL is all about, deep down.
Money.
Yeah. I mean, we know it's an entertainment business. Let's keep it real, right?
Yeah,
we're all part of it in some junction, but it's about the long term what's the word I want to say, in court battle for the future they're protecting, not the immediate, which could be, NFL union could handle that themselves, right? Which is these ACL tears, these knee injuries, hip drop tackles, heat-seeking missile to the knee. That's immediate. That'll go away in a season and a half. They don't care about that. It's unfortunate. Yeah, it sucks. I feel bad for Higbee. I mean, luckily, reconstructive surgery for knees are better than ever. I mean, gosh, 10 years ago, it was like, I don't know if he'll ever even run the same. And now he can make a comeback. It's up to him and his body. And I think he could do it. And that's the good news, and sucks, though. I feel for Higbee, man. He's always battling some injury, and he's a warrior for that. And respect. One of the best Rams tight ends ever. He did a lot of good for us, man. I hope his last play isn't that, because I know people talk about moving on. Is the contract worth?
I don't think I don't think they can do that to him, but who knows?
That's my point. I just hope that's not the last bit. I don't think it is, but I just hope it's not, because our
Hate
team
it for
is savage.
Fuller, by the way.
They'll move on to anybody. They don't give a damn.
Yeah,
they'll do it to anybody. So that's why I say that. But
yeah,
I think Jake. Well, I mean, we could talk about the refs, the holdings. I mean, it was all bad, dude. You talked about, the head ref who screwed us in games.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
at the end of the day, I just think of it like this: what could the Rams players on the field control, and what could the coaches control? Like, what did they have control over? And I just think those 3 trips to the red zones, man.
That's it. That's the only thing you can think of, right?
And it's unfortunate because look, I mean, Jake, that first field goal try and make that we had. We get into the red zone, pass, field goal. Why is Kyron not getting the ball? Okay, let's move on to the next time we get in there, right? And the next field goal attempt and make that we had. We had that big catch by Puka, right? And then, excuse me. The big one to Davis Allen when he broke some tackles and got into like the 12-yard line or whatever it was. It was like 25 yards or whatever. And then what happens, man? Pass. We do, and I don't understand this play call too, man. This is late in the third quarter, the drive I'm thinking of here. So we have that incomplete pass. Then we have the lead receiver sweep run with Puka, if you remember that play where it didn't go for anything, to the short side of the field. And I was like, okay, I understand the play call, kinda, but let's at least run it to the wider side of the field, not to the short side. So that didn't go well. We lose a yard on that. And then we throw again, cup short, and then field goal. And I was like, dang, Kyron didn't get the ball. The last field goal attempt that we tried and made, same thing, dude. Pass, field goal. And Kyron has to get the ball those times, man. I know the last one, his hand was hurt, and that's another thing we need to talk about, man. I mean, he's a great runner. He's an all-pro. And he should have got more carries, but dang, he's getting hurt a lot within a year and a half of games.
I think it was just, I mean, it's the team, man. I mean,
no, I know. No, I understand, but I just think so. I mean, what was his stat line, man? Overall, and again, he missed some time. I mean, look at Jake. It's unacceptable, man. 13 carries. That's the second lowest for his entire 2023 campaign. It's unacceptable. You have an all-pro back. And that is the second least amount of carries. The worst was 10 carries in the Cincinnati game. We lost by 3 points.
I know.
10. This was the second worst through the whole season, 13 carries.
They couldn't stop
I,
him either. I mean, they stopped
I
him
mean,
like twice, and
oh,
every Lions fan's like, "Oh, we stopped Kyron." Like, yeah, okay.
oh. I mean, he was averaging almost 4.8 yards per carry.
Which is really
come on.
good. I mean, like,
I mean, golly, man, it's unfortunate. I mean, I love Coach McVey, but Jesus, man, he just gets away from the run, and I really believe he doesn't even think about it. He's just, and I get it, man. There's a lot of stress, there's a lot of you zone into what you want to call, but this run is just an afterthought, man. A lot of times, it just is, and there's that stat that I think we've all talked about. When Kyron has ran for 80 or more yards, we're 7-1. The one loss is against Baltimore, and he didn't get 80 yards because he only got 13 carries. And I think if he would have carried it more, we would have won this game in the red zone overall. And it's just unfortunate because that's how we got here, man.
yeah.
The all-pro running back rushing the Rams into the tournament, and it's just unfortunate that it just didn't go that way. So I just think red zone and Kyron not getting the ball enough. That's what cost us this game for the things that the Rams had in control. So it's just unfortunate. Hopefully we learn from it, and if we get our shot next season, which if playoffs are, the season's a failure. I mean, at this point, it has to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we'll see how the offseason goes, but I mean, they got to win the Super Bowl next year or the year after, in my opinion. I mean, they got the best coach in the league. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They got the best defense player in the league. Nakua is turning into one of the best wide receivers in the league. Cooper Kupp is going to be back. I don't think people realize he was playing probably 60% healthy the whole year.
I know.
I just, I don't know. I'll say this. If the Lions end up getting, shit rocked in the next round and, that's it for them, then the Rams come out next year and they beat them in the play. I wouldn't be surprised, by the way, if the Rams are hosting them at SoFi next year in the playoffs. I just,
hey, man, I mean, we do play each other in a regular season next season, I believe. I'm like 90% sure about that. I think that game's also in Detroit. So I'm sure that'll be another primetime game. It'll have to be.
Probably. Yeah.
So that'll be a taste probably for a potential playoff matchup because oh man, I do hope we play them again. I hope so. I think it's thrilling for us, thrilling for their fan base. It's a good little it'll be a good fun shit talk beforehand. If we win, we can be shitheads about it, right? And
yeah,
I hope so. I hope that comes to fruition. You know what I mean? In a friendly shithead way. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll say this. And then I'll move on to the next caller just because I'm trying to get through everybody. But I'll say this real quick. I'm disappointed because while I do have some great Lions fans that still are subscribed to this channel and have been since the Rams Super Bowl run, I've never seen a more toxic reaction from a fan base on Twitter. I mean, I don't want any of those people to be happy. Any of the toxic people. So if it came to the Niners and the Detroit Lions, I'm still probably rooting for the Lions. But the fact that that's even, that's how bad it got. Like, I honestly, I don't want them to win a ring. I don't.
It's unlikely they do. I mean, defense is their defense. I mean, we're just being objective. If the I just finished my soliloquy. If the Rams have better play calling, we win this game convinced. Like, we win this game solid by a touchdown or more, probably. So I don't believe that they're going to win a championship. Just sincerely. So I don't think you got to worry about that, my friend.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't think they do. I mean, could they make an NFC championship? Maybe. But I don't think they're winning a bowl. I don't. If they do, wow. But I would bet money that they don't. So I wouldn't worry about that. And yeah, they were in my mentions too. And I'm getting messages. I'm like, Jesus, man.
I know. Get a life, man. I'm doing my job right now at freaking 2 a.m. And how are you celebrating? You're being a dick.
And I think that that one dude I saw some retweets of some of our people. They were retweeting some of the stuff. There was that one fan who went viral, a Lion fan who had that fun reaction to Stafford throwing.
Oh yeah, AJ is my friend.
game.
He's the only he's one of the only ones that I'm like friends with.
I know.
So
I seen people smoking him. That's the only things I've seen like publicly because it's just hey man, that's playoff football. We're all feisty and all that. So that's the only beef I've seen like on my timeline really, other than people messaging me and replying to me individually. But they're all burner accounts, dude. They don't have a face to show. You know how it is.
yeah, bitches.
But
Anyway,
I know, man. We'll survive. We'll survive. I know it sucks to lose, but yeah, fun season. The game wasn't a disaster like it was looking forward to, or not looking forward to, but looking like it was going to be. And hey, man, we'll just keep cranking and let's keep building, man. And like what Coach McVey said best, he's rejuvenated. He's grateful for this season being the way it was, and he's looking forward to next year to keep growing with the guys that are going to be here and that deserve to be here to grow with. And that's something to feel good about as a Rams fan, because I was one of the guys thinking that this season was going to suck, and it was great. It was great from an objective point of view, and I'm happy about that.
yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, I'm glad we're able to talk. Discord, I was about to throw my computer out the window, but yeah, we figured it out. But hey, man, there's gonna be plenty of these shows, so feel free to call in throughout the year. And yeah, the thing that really bugs me is I feel like the Rams were absolutely gonna steamroll whoever they play in the next round. That's what bugs
That's
me.
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I was telling. I mean, I know we talked a bunch, but that was my first thought sharing with you, man. It was just like, damn it,
It's
we
just
had a chance for a deep playoff run, and
now we
didn't
don't get
done.
we don't get that matchup against the Niners, and how the
Oh,
fans are like, oh, you only played our back, whatever,
Yeah, I
man.
know. It was I think like we said last week, Jake. It's going to be us to beat the 49ers in the NFC, or it's going to be nobody. And I just feel that way now. The
I
Niners will get to
feel
the
that
ball.
way still, but the Packers gave me some like, oh, that's interesting, like type of a
I mean,
moment.
no, you're not wrong, man. I mean, they look good today, but I mean, is that more them, or is that just typical Dallas just flailing? In
Yeah,
a playoff
well, I
game?
mean, that's the thing. We'll find out, but
Yeah,
I'll
we're
say
gonna
this:
find out, right? We'll
no
find
one's
out in a
played
week.
better than Jordan Love the last 9 games this season. So hopefully he keeps
No,
it
true,
up.
though.
And
No, he's-
Aaron Jones with back to back 100-yard games. If those two do their thing, they got a shot.
No, you're not wrong, man. I mean, even the way Love was throwing the football, like if you were to blur out his helmet and face,
It
and
looked like
instead of
Rodgers.
10, put a 12, like the physical throwing motion where, because Rogers, if anyone, you, Jake, anybody listening, think about it. Rogers is very, he's a body thrower, which you get more power out of. He's very good about twisting his hips to get more torque in his throws. Whoever has been coaching Jordan Love, whether that's LaFleur and the quarterback coach, or any off the field guys outside of the Packers, I mean, it looks exactly the same. Looks exactly the same, and no wonder why he's throwing accurately, throwing bombs, everything's looking good. It's shocking, man. I'm like, wow, like physically cover the top of his face. Looks like Aaron Rodgers, man, just wearing number 10. Just the way he physically looks throwing the football, and yeah, they got a chance, man. I'll be rooting for them. I'll be rooting for him to have a good game too. But I'll let you go. I know you got to talk to other people, man. And real quick, everybody in the Rams nation out there in the comments listening in, man, just give me a horns up in the comments, man, if you feel good that Sean McVay's your coach, Matthew Stafford's your quarterback. Give me a horns up.
Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, we'll talk soon, man. I'll be tapping in, man. Don't worry.
Sounds good. Later,
All right,
brother.
dude. Peace.
All right. Oh man. My eye's doing that thing where it gets super itchy and always fun. How's everyone doing? We still awake? God, it's 2:09 on. Oh, man, I need to get some sleep because I have the show tomorrow. I don't want to oversleep my noon show. Good God. All right. Okay, we'll probably have to go like rapid fire here because I didn't realize how late it was. All right, let's do C Bates 45. How's it going? You there? Hello.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. How's it going?
What's up?
You know, just the usual. What are your thoughts on the game, and what were your thoughts on the season?
Oh, first and foremost, if I see anyone on Twitter say that any mentions of firing Sean McVey, got to get rid of him
Oh, for
completely.
the love of God.
I mean, come on, you couldn't have been a Rams fan years ago with the horrible seasons. But as far as this game goes, I mean, listen, I think it's a successful season. After we go back to last offseason when we traded Jalen Ramsey away, Ramsey's one of my favorite players, and I didn't think it was going to be a good season. Honestly, your content got my hopes up, so I thank you for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, God. Game was frustrating. I'll say that.
I mean, oh shoot.
No, go ahead.
I mean, my biggest worry was exactly how the game started out. The defense let Goff get into that rhythm, just boom, 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 right down the field, and that's my biggest thing with Raheem Morris. It seems like every game, the team gets the ball and just easy throws down the field, down the field, down the field.
Yeah.
And I mean, earlier today I watched I forget what 2020 maybe when we had Goff played the Dolphins, and the Dolphins they just zero blitzed the whole game and they lit Goff up. That's what I wanted to see. I just wanted to see pressure, pressure, pressure. And it kind of happened in the second half a little more. And in all honesty, if you would have told me Lions scored 3 points in the second half, I would have bet my life that the Rams win that game.
Yeah, to not have any turnovers in this one, and I don't know, defense just almost pitched a shutout in the second half. It's just really frustrating to lose this game, and to lose it to again. There's some nice people. Don't get me wrong. There's some nice people that deserve to celebrate this Lions win, but the majority of people I've seen are just complete assholes. I'm going to be honest with you. All over Twitter, this is the most toxic I've ever seen a fan base. I kind of wish they went back to not having any playoff wins the way they're acting.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, it's been a while, but hey, one more thing, shout out. I will ride forever with Matthew Stafford. That guy is a gunslinger, and he's the toughest quarterback in the NFL, and he's going to retire a Ram.
Absolutely, and he'll be remembered as a Ram, not as a Lion. And
another Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I mean, tonight was obvious. To boo him before the game was kind of trash, honestly. But then again,
surprised me.
That's it. But yeah, oh man. Do you have any final thoughts? I'm trying to get through every caller so I can go to bed at a decent time and get up for my live stream on Bleacher Report around noon. So that's why I'm just trying to hurry up, and I'm not trying to rush you. It's just I'm in kind of a weird position right now.
But I want Cooper DeJean, and he's a cornerback, and he can return on special teams.
Who's the corner?
Cooper DeJean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, they might have a shot at him. I think they're picking early 20s, so I don't know what looks like, whether it's 24th or whatever, but But yeah, I'd be. I mean, I'll have to dive into it. I don't know who I would want, but I will be diving into it. I'll have all that content on the channel, so keep it here for all that.
Awesome. All right. That's all.
All right. Well, appreciate you, man. You take care. All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Ugh. My eyes are itching. This sucks, man. Thank you for the 5, Edwin. What about the false start, 4th down that should have been a neutral zone infraction that stalled the Lions? Talk about that. I don't think it was a neutral zone infraction. I don't, because if you watch, Ernest Jones is not on the line. He didn't cross the line. I think it was the camera angle. But again, if that's the only call that Lions fans are holding on to is like how they, won the game or whatever, then fine. I mean, I don't care. But I saw something in the comments section. I'm going to say this right now, okay? If you're still bringing up the Saints PI, shut up. Just shut up. I am so tired of hearing it. Just shut up. If we're still talking about the Saints pass interference call, if we're still talking about that, that happened in 2018. That happened the year, didn't Endgame come out? Avengers Endgame came out in 2018. Shut the hell up. Move on. Learn how to not spend $99 million or have negative $99 million in your cap space. Then maybe you'll actually be playing in the Super Bowl. 5 years ago. Get over it. Okay, anyway. Let's see. Rusty, how's it going?
Sorry about that, Jake. I was watching a live stream. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine, man. Oh God, I'm like running out of steam here. I'm just real quick.
Okay.
What were your thoughts on the game and the season, man?
Well, I gotta start off with a little bit of courtesy. I need to tell everyone straight. So the people who say let's trade Cooper Kupp, please shut the fuck up. We're not trading him. He's not going anywhere. And we're just gonna roll with what we got. Whoever's bitching about let's trade this and that, we're not trading shit until we see what our plans are. We're not trading Kupp. I know he was a no-show, but who fucking cares? Higby, I'm surprised you guys want to trade his ass, even though he's fucking got his ACL torn, and that's all you guys care about. So I'm a little upset with that. And just overall, defense disappointed me a bit, but that's expected. And I'm just ready for a change. And I just hope Raheem gets a job because I feel like we need a new change of scenery in defense. Everyone wants that Raheem, for the love of God, or some team with a brain that's not the size of a peanut, Washington, or someone. Please take Raheem. He's better coaches than anyone else right now. But of course, who knows who wants to get him? But yeah, Jake, I want to build off of this. I want to have a new defensive identity, a new coordinator, just a new philosophy on the defense. The offense was okay. McVey did the same shit he always does, where he overcomplicates things in the red zone. He could have been running it, but pass. It was like a broken record. And he was shocked when he saw that he didn't get points. Well, no duh. The Lions were expecting everything because we kept passing the ball and because Aaron Glenn sold out for the run. So that was a little frustrating, but I gotta tip my hat off to freaking Matthew Stafford, man. What can that man do? What can he do, Jake?
I mean, there's not a quarterback I would take over him right now. I don't care if that's the wrong decision to make, but I don't care. I want to watch him play. I love him. He's my favorite quarterback since Kurt Warner. And you know what bothers me is that I don't want to be that guy, but Jared Goff wasn't just this innocent kid. He was regressing. If the Rams didn't make a change, they would have ended up like the Falcons with Desmond Ridder this year. They would have missed the playoffs by a few games. Can we stop acting like he was just this really nice, happy-go-lucky guy that, they never should have traded because he was really good? He was good. But then he fell off. He was great, but then he fell off. And I'm tired of hearing about it, man. I'm so tired. And then these Lions fans that want to act like they should be raged about. Dude, the only reason you played tonight, the only reason you won your first playoff game is because Matthew Stafford had the value that allowed you to acquire not just Jared Goff, but Jamison Williams and Sam Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, shut up. For the love of God.
I feel you, Jake. I feel you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I
ugh.
know. Like, it's a bad thing to feel to say bad things, like hope for the worst for the Lions, but they're gonna get their karma back. Right now, they're Lions fans. They're all talking shit like, "Oh my fucking God, we beat the fucking Rams. They had no chance. Jared Goff owns Stafford. Fuck Stafford. He didn't do shit for us. Let's boo him and his family. Let's boo the guy who sacrificed 9 fucking years of his life, play for us, and fuck his body up in the process." Yeah, we just do that. So,
Yeah.
like, I understand the Lions, but they're gonna get their karma, Jake. So don't worry about that. But Stafford, I'm so happy he's a professional. He didn't have no ill will to no one. He's such a fucking likable quarterback, and I'm happy we have him, man. I'm happy fucking Tutu and Puka showed up. I was so happy when Puka showed up. The Lions fans would have been shitting themselves if it was Puka, the one who got the last TD. If the roles were reversed, now they would have been bitching. But what can we do, Jake? Most teams bitch about this, and they go on to the regular season and still bitch about it. But for us, I feel like for the Rams, just a learning curve for everyone. I know this is gonna hype up the rookies. I know Puka, who's gonna get ready for next year. Kyron's gonna be ready. It was, this game was a blessing and a curse because we could have made it far, but things didn't go our way. We didn't execute when we had to, and we just gotta learn from this and hope McVey gets a little bit more aggressive and leaves the tendencies he had from this year until next year, and we'll be on the road, Jake. Right now, we gotta take every step of the offseason process bit by bit. We got to see who are we willing to re-sign. My number one priority has to be Dotson. If we somehow manage to lose, I'm going to be so freaking pissed because it's going to be another Austin Corbett situation where we waited till the last minute to sign him and he signed somewhere else. And this time Von Miller's not there to fuck it up and like restrain us from like signing anyone else. So that's going to be a priority. Free agency, I don't know what they're going to plan to do there, and if we have a successful free agency, then the draft will be all right. So
yeah,
I'm taking everything with a grain of salt. I'm a little pissed off the way things ended, but it's the NFL, Jake, and every game is unpredictable. And for the love of God, please, anyone who faces the Niners, kick their ass. Please. Have one unsufferable team take out another unsufferable team.
I'd like the Lions to lose just about as badly too, so take them out as well.
Okay. Well, Jake, well, it's a double-edged sword, but yeah, you just gotta hope for the best, and I'm ready to tackle the new offseason, man.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully,
keep it here, man. I'm gonna get everybody ready for it.
Yeah, Raheem. Hopefully, he gets a job somewhere. Please don't take any of our coaches. I don't want to have that situation like last year where we've been poached everywhere. Please don't do that. But hopefully the Rams have a spine and actually retain some of our coaches. I don't want to lose them again because I am not willing to find all these other coaches, and you can see how our groups took damage to them. Chase Blackburn. Hopefully he gets on a roll because this year he was pretty freaking terrible.
Yeah.
And a little by that, but I'm just happy we got this over with. I didn't like how it ended, but we live and learn, and hopefully we can make it to the Super Bowl next year. And I feel like we can, since we have that little trend line where we do bad, then playoffs, a little heartbreaker, then we go all in next year, Super Bowl. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But hopefully you keep making content, Jake, and I can't wait to see your mock drafts and your free agency predictions and your tracker and everything. So I'm gonna be ready for that. And it's gonna be one interesting playoffs without us being not in it.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate it, Jake. Have a good one.
You too. Take care, Rusty. All right, so I got 5 more people. That's it. I'm not taking on anybody more. Because I'm totally like doing a long stream after a game like that. Oh, good Lord. All right. Coach Ray, how you doing? I'm not really happy for Goff, Tony. I got to be honest with you. I don't really care. I don't know if it makes me ungrateful or whatever, but the way those Lions fans acted towards Stafford, and again, not all of them, but enough of them, I can't be happy. Well, I could be happy for the Lions fans. Maybe to an extent I could be happy for Goff. I don't know. I don't feel like Goff played well enough in the second half to win, to be honest with you. He was not. Stafford absolutely dominated that game, and the fact that that he gets a loss at home, that's just awful. He deserved better. Yeah, I don't know. All right, Coach Ray is muted. I don't know if Coach Ray is still there. I mean, it's been like 2.5 hours, so I get it. Falco, how's it going?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, on one hand, I'm disappointed on how that game turned out. Like, I'm not one to blame refs, but my God.
No, have at it, man. Because I did it.
My God.
I don't think they
Great
won the
bullshit,
game for
man.
the Lions, but I think they definitely helped.
Yep. And then, like, something to keep in mind, though, like, we didn't really capitalize on our opportunities in the red zone. I think that's what ultimately costed us, because we just couldn't score a touchdown in the red zone. We just couldn't. We just kept settling for field goals, which, while being nice, ultimately costed us. So that's what I think. But refs definitely. Like, the most egregious call, though, was either the Higbee no call or the Matthew Stafford. The Matthew Stafford should have got that roughing the passer. Like, I'm sorry. How the fuck didn't you call Lilligame your shoulder get stomped on?
Yeah,
Yet,
that was
back
bullshit.
Back in 2019, Tom Brady literally got one finger laid on him, and they called that roughing the passer. Such ridiculous bullshit. But officiating aside, I have a very odd perception of this game, mainly because I have some family members which are Lions fans, so I'm happy for them. But, like, the Lions fans on Twitter and shit, like, you know why you're in here, and you mentioned this earlier, is because of the Stafford trade happening. Like, without that Stafford trade, you guys won't be here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
No, I get it.
I just view the Lions fans on Twitter as just being ultra casuals who just never watched the Lions till this year and don't know anything about the context, compared to people who I know, which watched Stafford all 12 years and appreciated what he did. So, I don't know. I just have an odd perception for that reason of how ultimately the game turns out. But I am excited for the offseason, though. Having that money, having the job capital we have, I feel like we can win the Super Bowl next year. Like,
I do
no
too.
cap. Like, imagine with all that money, we get a premier edge rusher like a Brian Burns, Josh Allen, hell, stealing Chase Young from the Niners. That would be funny. And then in the drafting someone, I really want Kool-Aid McKinstry if he falls, because I've seen a lot of mock drafts which have him falling in that 20 to 25 range. If we can grab him, I think that would be an awesome addition to the secondary. Just overall, I'm just very excited for the offseason. Sucks how that game turned out, but so long as the Niners don't win it all, I don't really care at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be cool. I don't want the Lions to ever win a Super Bowl, so that's just me. I just the way the fans have acted, I hope they never win a Super Bowl, if I'm being honest. And again, it's not all the fans, but it's enough for me. Like, that's too many people that I want to actually not ever be happy. That's how I look at it. I mean, I don't care how mean that sounds. I genuinely would I would hope to God they never win a Super Bowl in my lifetime. Just because the way they I mean, this is the most toxic. Dude, my mentions are slammed. My DMs are slammed.
Oh my
These
God.
people are freaking assholes, man. Like, it's
Dude,
not
I
even
don't
me.
get it.
It's not even me being soft. I'm watching the way they're talking to other people. Like, you go
like,
ahead and
dude,
talk to me like that in
Alexis.
public and see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I saw you like mentioning the whole Lexus thing. It's like, where did these Lions fans came from? Like, the only Lions fans I know are my family, and they're like good people.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's funny. It is funny how quick that changes. So it is what it is. I mean, there are people I still like. Like I said, I like AJ, and I have some other people, but some other people really disappointed me, the way they acted and whatever. If they unfollow, I don't really care. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm so focused on building this community. I'm so focused on, you know, what we're building here, what the Rams are building, you know, this channel. Like, I couldn't give two shits. I honestly couldn't. I'm going to say what I have to say because, again, what's my rule? You guys get to play next week. My team doesn't. I'm going to say what I have to say, and you're going to have to listen to it. It's very simple as that. So, God, you thought that you could be at least happy for them. You're like, okay, it's the Lions. It won't be that bad. No, this is the most insufferable. I mean, and just how they, like, so dirty, and it just. Yeah. But anyway, Falco got kicked out. Okay.
Sorry about that. That was weird. I somehow got kicked out of the Discord call. That was weird.
Yeah, that was very weird.
I don't know what happened.
No, I feel that. I was actually going to wrap it up.
Gotcha.
Just because I'm trying to get through everyone, but
overall, but yeah, like to my family wise, like I hope, like, because of my family, the Lions win the Super Bowl. But I totally understand your point, dude. I don't know why they were treating Stafford like shit. Genuinely,
you know, some of those people are shit, so that's really what it comes down to. And it's not all Lions fans, but I saw enough of it.
It is, of course, not all Lions fans, of course, but this sucks, man. Like, where did their toxicity even came from? Like, I would have expected that from, like, Dallas fans, maybe Niners, you know, but Lions, that does not sound right. So, I don't know, but overall, I'm very excited for this team. I'm also very excited for just the off-season content, not just the draft content, but, like, the kick streams. Those are going to be awesome to see again, the gaming streams, all that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate you, Falco.
You too, Jake. It's been a fun season. Like, this has been one of those fun seasons I've ever watched as a Rams fan.
No, I agree. There was something about this team that I just felt a connection to. So,
dude, it feels so good. Proving all those doubters wrong in a way, because all the big media people were like, "Oh my God, the Rams are taking for Caleb Williams."
Yeah,
and then we're here.
No, exactly. But appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
We'll
appreciate
talk
you
soon.
too, Jake. We'll talk soon, indeed.
All right, later, my guy.
Later, Jake.
All right. All right, Phoenix speed round here. I don't want to let anyone who's been waiting not get a chance to talk. So,
Yo, Jake.
what were your thoughts on the season, and what were your thoughts on the game, my friend?
Season was great. 10-7, can't complain about that. This game, on the other hand, and I'm just looking because I actually went to a bar and looked at it, watched it. The game was good. The Lions came to play. I'll give them that. But as far as those two calls that weren't called, made me kind of lose respect for the Lions a little bit. Especially, with Higbee's situation. I think I was pretty pissed off, and there was like a lot of Rams fans in the bar I was at, and they were kind of pissed off at that. And there were some Lions fans there, and it's like, you know, as soon as the game was over, they were just boasting and stuff like that. And it's like, come on, dude, you guys haven't like won in 30 years, and you guys just won by 1 point. Don't try to act like you guys did stuff, because as far as I can see, like Stafford was in there slinging it, and he almost won this damn game. If it wasn't for the red zone calls and stuff like that, I just don't get why we always have to pass. We can't just run it. We have like the second best rusher in the damn league, and we can't just finish these drives. I just don't get it. And I'm happy about the season. I'm just pissed about the game. It's just rubbing me the wrong way just after like hearing you talk about it, and everybody else is talking about it. I know we're all frustrated, but all in all, like, we proved the doubters wrong. We got to the playoffs. This was a successful season. This team is going to grow, and we're going to come right back. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I'm with you. Don't think I'm not with the. I mean, look, this is a Lions team that I was high on, probably higher on than most Lions fans. I had them going to the Super Bowl and losing to the Bengals before the season started. Bengals had a bunch of injuries. Obviously, we know what happened. Lions aren't as good as I expected them to be. Their secondary is absolutely putrid.
Yep.
And I'll just say this, they're not a fun team to root for. I thought they were going to be a fun team. Like, oh, okay, if the Rams lose, really successful season. No, the Rams outplayed them in the second half, and those fans are toxic as hell on social media. I mean, I don't know, man. I honestly don't want them to do shit. Like, I would hope, like, and that's the thing. So the Rams couldn't get a ton of pressure until the second half. So if they play against, say, the Eagles or Tampa, Goff is going to fold like the lawn chair that he does. Like he did in the second half. I mean, how many yards did he have? I think he made like 3 big throws. It's just, it comes off as sour grapes. It comes off as bitter. And maybe that's the case. But at the same time, I didn't like the way they played the football game. I'm going to be honest with you. That was some of the dirtiest play I've seen from a defense this year. And that's saying a lot because, I mean, they played the Niners twice. But, I mean, the helmet to helmet, the head hunting, the holding's not dirty. It's just you're cheating and getting away with it. But the head hunting, the knee hunting, I mean, that's the second time he's ended a season. This year, first it was Higbee, and then it was, at first it was Hawkinson. Now it's Higbee. I hate that shit. Just something.
Same.
I normally don't let this get to me, but something about this team, like, they don't feel like that feel good story anymore. They feel like that punk that needs to get punched in the face. That's what they feel like.
And you see, that's where the point, that's like what I'm trying to make. Like, it was all cool. Like, it was like I was telling my friends, like, oh man, Lions are coming to play. Like, I couldn't really hate like during like the first half because they were actually playing. As soon as those two calls, especially the Stafford one, like, you mean to tell me you're not going to call that, but you're going to call like Goff's like freaking roughing the passer when he was just rolled around on the ground? Like, Stafford almost got his like fucking head knocked off.
I know.
And like, and the Higbee thing, like, come on. It was like painful to just even watch, and you're not going to call that. And then
I know.
I forgot what the player from Broncos that got like suspended. You mean to tell me he can get fined and suspended, but this guy did it like the second time, and like no one's gonna bat an eye about it? You
Yeah,
know,
they don't care about player safety. I mean, that's really what
that's where that's where I was like, you know what, like one thing, I'm happy that Goff is getting his time to shine, but on the other hand, it's like if you guys are gonna play like that, then I'm sorry, I gotta lose respect for you and respect for Detroit. Like after they were booing Stafford when he came out, like, dude, this guy did like everything for you guys, and you guys are just gonna boo him. Like I get it that you know he's the enemy and stuff like that. Okay, you want to see him get sacked and stuff like that, but you're booing the man when he's coming out. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, before the game is just kind of lame. I don't know. You want to boo him when the game is starting, fine, but booing him like when yeah, I don't know. Screw them though, for real. I don't want to talk about him anymore, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But
I have one last thing that I wanted to say, and you can move on. I want fucking Craig Wrolstad's head on a fucking spike. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
YouTube, I didn't say that.
I said it.
Oh, God.
I want Wrolstad's head on a spike.
Oh, my God, man.
NFL try to find me.
Oh, man.
If Sean McVey won't say it, I'll say it for him.
That is so funny.
That's what I want. I'm getting tired of like all these officiating crews, man. They're so. I don't know what it is, man. I think they just need a fucking master class or something. Like,
yeah.
No, they need a master class. It's like, how are we going to like Dean Blandino and all these other guys like to get their point of view, and they're pretty much right on the nose, but these guys can't figure it out. Like I just don't get it, man. Like it's so horrible. It's whatever. You know what? I know everybody was going for like different teams. If the Rams weren't gonna make it, this is Lamar Jackson's year. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I'll go for Ravens like all the way. They smoked the Niners once. I don't see them. They can do it again. So
yeah.
But I know you got to get some rest, brother. Thank you for everything that you do.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited for you covering like the draft prospects and all that stuff. So I'll be listening out for that. So thanks for having me on and venting, and yeah. I'm happy about this Rams team, man, and I'm glad Stafford is with us because if Detroit's going to treat him like that, he's going to be a legend here. So
yeah,
that's all I got to say about that.
Exactly, 100% agree. Nash, it's been Phoenix. It's been Nash. It's been a lot of fun, man. Talking with you week in, week out, talking with everybody. I know I haven't been able to say that because I've just been trying to get through everyone so quickly and just get everyone a turn, and I'm getting tired, so I'm getting zoned out at times and trying to keep myself awake. And but I really do appreciate it. People like you constantly, calling in, made it what it was this off season, this season. This is the first year doing this. This won't be the last, and I'll be doing it in the off season. So, really excited about that. And feel free to call in when I do the live streams, and we'll be having plenty more moving forward.
Will do, man. All right, Jake. Well, you take care, man.
All right, later, my friend. Later. All right, guys. So I am getting to the end of the rope essentially right now. I am so tired, and I'm just JJ. I know has been waiting. Andres. Shit. All right, I'm gonna bring you all in. We're gonna do round table here. Just give me a sec here.
How we doing?
All right, we'll start with JJ. I'm going to give everyone a chance to give their thoughts on the game and the season. Please keep it as short as possible because I'm wrapping up the show right now.
Yeah,
but JJ, how's it going?
From that game, it's just from the start, Jake, Rams fans, the emotion I just get from that game is We buy kneecaps! Porky!
I don't know what that was, but all right. Yeah.
Oh, random.
Yeah, good Lord. I don't have time. Okay, Andres, what were your thoughts on the game? I'm reading the comments. What were your thoughts on the game and the year, this year?
I thought it went cool, man. You know, they beat everybody's expectations. A lot of people had them winning maybe like 5 to 6 games. Just yeah, it was a pretty sad way to go out, man. Like,
Oh,
I don't
definitely.
know. And then like reports are saying that Higbee might have torn his ACL, which sucks.
Yeah.
And then I felt really bad for Puka because I don't know if you saw the post interviews. He was putting the blame a lot on himself, like, and he just looked like he really, really wanted to cry, and I just felt really bad for him.
Yeah. No, it was painful, but I mean, what can you do, right? Obviously, new season upcoming, a lot to feel good about. They're ahead of schedule. We'll talk about it. Any final thoughts, Andres?
Yeah, all I gotta say is fuck the Lions and go Bills, go, man.
Bills. Okay. All right. That's.
Yeah, I don't want anybody from the NFC to win. I want the Bills to get the first one.
I want the Packers and Steelers to show what kind of sham this playoff was and have 7 versus 7 seed.
Oh, one more thing, real quick.
Yeah.
Because I saw a lot of Dallas fans clowning the Rams. They have no right to say anything after today's game.
Oh, I wouldn't say a word if I was a Dallas fan after today, but I haven't
Man,
seen
they're
any
running
of
their
those.
mouths, I think, more than the Lions fans.
Oh, not for me, but we might have different feeds.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Dallas fans need to just accept it, bro. They can't do shit, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, appreciate you, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate everything you do, and I enjoy your content a lot.
I appreciate that. You take care, man.
All right, thanks. You too, man.
Absolutely. All right. Okay, I think we lost. Coach Ray, I think, is muted and potentially asleep. Elon, how's it going?
What's going on, brother? I enjoy watching your videos. Long story short, this season was pretty much a house money season in short. But honestly, I look forward to your content. If anything, I mean, I want to watch your videos about what our offseason could be because I know the Rams have one of the biggest cap spaces in 2024 going into the offseason. I wanted to ask your opinion about Jackson Powers Johnson as a potential draft pick in the first round. Not too sure because I know we need to revamp the O-line a little bit. What are your thoughts?
I gotta be honest with you, I'm not really familiar with the draft yet. I know a few guys, but I haven't done my research. So if you asked me 2 months from now, I might have 250 names for you. But
I got you for sure.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'll just say this: I'm a big fan of Talise Fuaga, the Oregon State tackle. I would
Right
love,
on.
Yeah, I'd love to have him. They might be too high up in the first round to have him, but yeah, it is what it is. Or too low, I guess. I always get mixed up. What do you call it when you're picking in the 20s? Is it too high or too low? I guess you can't go wrong with either. It's a higher number, but
that is true.
Yeah.
That is pretty true.
But
right on. Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I'd probably answer that question. I would say if Jaden Daniels fell down that board to that pick, I might actually take him. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now with very limited draft knowledge.
Right on. Last question. Do you think this is like my hopes and dreams for this offseason? You think we could pick up Jalen Johnson and what's his name from the Brian Burns in the same offseason? Possibly T. Higgins to revamp the team for maybe another Super Bowl run?
I mean,
be a long shot?
Be a long shot because I don't think the Rams are getting a bunch of guys. I think they could get 1 or 2 big names, but I mean, I never rule it out because you have a GM that wants to just snatch guys up essentially, and isn't afraid and isn't isn't a coward. And I think when you have a GM like that, you know, it's never over. So I think they definitely could, but I wouldn't put money on it.
Right. I mean, anything could happen. He did mention earlier this season that coming 2024 offseason, we're gonna go back to like their fuck them picks kind of like mentality. So
Yeah.
hopefully, looking forward to that offseason.
No, absolutely. Yeah, do you have any final thoughts?
Honestly, no. I mean, I'm not too. I am mad at the way we went out, but I ain't too mad because the fact that we made it to the first round. But hey, sky's the limit. I mean, shit. Better get knocked off in the first round than get embarrassed later on. But I mean, shoot, could have gone worse. That's all I got to say. Honestly, could have gone worse.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely hear you there. So, yeah,
Yes, sir.
I think that's gonna do it, man. Appreciate you.
Likewise, brother. You have a good night.
You too.
Go Rams.
Absolutely. Take care. All right. All right. Wolfie, real quick, and then I'm wrapping up the show.
Hi, Jake.
How's it going?
It's going nice. I just want to let you know, man, I'm a big fan of you, man. I love your content. I watch it every day, man. You make my day. I'm telling you.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Means a lot. And, I'm sorry I'm running out of steam here, but just know that I do appreciate it. And, I'm looking forward to making more content for you and everyone here. Just got to get through this, man. Tough night, but I mean, they're ahead of schedule. This is better than, again, really frustrating, but they are ahead of schedule.
Yeah, I have a couple things to say about Stafford. I loved his game. He played pretty good, slinging that ball pretty good. I liked how he played. I think he played better than Jared Goff, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just there was like dead air, so I wasn't sure if you wanted me to speak, but yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. So this is what I'll say. Lions played their tail. They whipped their tails off today. I got to give them that, but some of those calls, man, I don't know. They should have been calling some pass interferences, some roughing on passers, but at the end of the day, Rams played pretty good for being a 10-7 team.
Yes, they did. Yeah, I'm I feel like I've just talked so much about it that I'm not gonna, say my piece because I think you've already heard it, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Just a quick wrap this up. I'll say this. I think Rams should focus on running the ball more because that was pretty embarrassing, not running it as much as it should have, especially in the red zone, like mentioned earlier. So that's all I got to say about what was wrong with the Rams. So I think McVey did pretty good play calling the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the red zone, I thought he was great as well. But Wolfie, thank you for the kind words and thank you for calling. I appreciate you. And I'll be doing this throughout the off season. So definitely don't be a stranger.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So that is going to do it for me. This has been a fun stream. It's been a mixed emotions. I think I had mood swings, man. Did I not have mood swings, chat? I had mood swings. Let's just call it like it is. I mean, I was literally just swinging all over the place. Because I think I have moments where processing a game like that just so frustrating. And yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna make it my mission to not feed into any of the bullshit on Twitter. I'm gonna let those people say what they want to say. I think that they are essentially a waste of space and a waste of atoms in the universe. So I'm not going to say anything to them. I'm going to act like they don't exist. And I'm going to keep trucking along, making content, including the 12:30 Eastern time. You can check it out on Bleacher Report app. We're doing a live stream there. And yeah, it just sucks, man. Wanted to give you guys another preview. Wanted to cover another week. It was fun. I did not spare any expense as far as time and going after it this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. And on to the draft we go. So it is almost 3 here. It is almost 3. So yeah, I mean, the good news is, I guess for me, is tomorrow I really just have that on the docket, the Bleacher Report live stream at 12:30. Oh man, my eyes are freaking in pain, but I'm pushing through. A not 24-hour stream. Hell no. Oh man. I did a 24-hour stream. Those of you who were there, I did a 24-hour stream on Kick, and I started hallucinating at the very end of it because I didn't sleep beforehand, and I went 38 hours, and I started seeing fuzz in my vision, and it was bad. Like, don't do that. I do not recommend that. Don't try that at home. It is not great. Appreciate you guys for liking the show. I'll just say this. Really, really can't stress enough. You guys make this happen. If I don't have an audience, I don't have an audience. I can say great things. I can give great takes. I can be Jake Stradamus, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter without you guys. So thank you so much the whole season for following along, for giving me your time, for spending time out of your busy schedule and spending it with me. Thank you. I love you. Good night. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, folks. Later.